Good. What's good? What's good? Seyi said he'll be on soon. I was sitting here watching a little baby documentary. Let me see. My boy Mrs. Jones is first. Won't be able to make it to the stream. Headed to the varsity game to cheer on our big bros for week 1. That's salute. We won JV yesterday, 36-6. Congratulations, my boy Mr. Jones, starting out 1-0. Offense threw a pick 6 first play, and then we pitched a shutout on defense. Hey man, that's what's up though, man. Still got the dub. Offense selling, but y'all still got the dub. Yes, sir. My boy Rich second was good. What we doing? Jalen probably got to join too. Jalen won't be able to make it tonight. It's gonna be me and Seyi tonight, and then yeah, we do need to figure that out for real though, because maybe I'll hold a stream midweek, or maybe we could try to knock it out tonight when we draft. Yeah, when we doing the Friday league. Yep. Yeah, we may have to knock that out tonight. Maybe. But of course, I have a whole bunch of stuff that we could talk about when Seyi get on and everything. So we just chilling right now. Again, I was just watching a little baby video, documentary, just cooling. What's good, Billy? What's good, man? What's happening to everybody? What's good? Just chilling in the chat till Seyi pull up. We can start diving into this NBA stuff. Also, you know what? While I'm waiting, I can actually be working on this fantasy league stuff. I can at least be getting some of the logistics down. Let's see if we can get certain guys. Is Mr. Jones there still? Because I don't want to do the league and then he end up missing it, because I know he's a consistent Friday person, so I don't want to do that to my boy. Don't want to do that to my dog. I gotta go in like 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Then yeah, we probably have to do it some random, not Friday day, like just random, like midday, couple of hours or something. I stream and get everybody on or something like that. What's good, True One? What's good? You know what I'm saying? Jalen joined the fantasy league. I think he will. I think he wants to. I'm not sure. I gotta ask him. No, I'm not sure. I gotta ask him. So do the fantasy league. Yep, Mr. Jones does, but he gotta go in 10 minutes. So yeah, we just gotta do it another day, like a random day, like a weekday or something, midday or something. Just to, just live stream for like a few minutes to get everybody into the league, and then I'll go ahead and end the stream while we draft and stuff, because I'll probably be doing, I got so many videos to do, because I got to knock out a bunch of videos, so it look like I'm not even gone. What's good, mommy? Hi, mommy. And then so yeah, we got some Aaron Donald stuff to talk about. I got the fight video ready. We got to talk about KD giving up on the whole trade situation. Of course, we got to talk about Pat Bev and Westbrook in that situation. Torian Prince, my dog over there, I don't know what he got going on. Man is over there tripping in Miami, and then Donovan Mitchell news and anything else that ends up coming up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to discuss everything. Maybe today we can at least try to fill up the league, and then we can just set the draft day for another time type of thing. Maybe we can do that. So let me see. Let me know who wants to be in the league, first of all. Let me start writing down names. Let me pull up ESPN and start writing down names. Hold on. ESPN Fantasy. Go ahead and start getting the names going. We can get something started. Oh, yeah, Sonny said he's going to stream our draft on Sunday, and we're going to join the VC and talk. All right, bet, for sure. You mean the Discord or what's voice chat? Voice chat, but my fault. So yeah, I want to be in it. Please ask Jalen if you want to do it since he a member. Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, he's busy right now, so he's not gonna be on the stream tonight. Let me go ahead and get this. I haven't even touched ESPN Fantasy League website this year yet. This is my first time pulling up. Where we at? Am I signed in? Am I not signed in? What we doing? I'm definitely signed in. Excuse me, this is in the way. How do I get this off my screen? All right, so not mock draft lobby, fantasy football. Let's try it. We're gonna get it. Yeah, just go to see while you streaming fantasy bet. I'm there. Really enjoy your podcast and look forward to hearing your take on the Commanders. Great job. Appreciate that, Ken. Thank you. Again, let me know who wants to be part of the new fantasy league. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and keep a running list. We got Mr. Jones, Rich, True One, and then of course you gotta have me, Seyi. I'm assuming my brother wants to be in there. I'm just assuming. So that's 6 right now. We need to fill it up. How many are we thinking? Like 10, 12? I know the one we're doing, and the other one is like was like 14. That's about to get hectic. That 14 league one that you're talking about with in the Discord is about to be crazy. 14 is crazy. That's that's about to be, man. People about to be out here drafting Kareem Hunt in the 3rd round. It's about to get ugly. I forgot I had news. What's the news, Mr. Jones? What's the news? Let me set it up for 12 for now, even though it may just end up only being 10. Go ahead and set this up. Let me go ahead and handle the rules. Let me see. Settings. Let's go ahead and get this. What's good, Joe Castles? What's good? What's good? The other is 12 because 3 people didn't join. Oh, okay. So it went from 14 to 12. Okay, my school district got hacked, so we haven't had Wi-Fi all week. Boy, who did y'all make mad? Who did who did y'all upset? Who did y'all upset? I'm not gonna lie. I probably won't be doing like a whole bunch of leagues like I normally do. I'm gonna have to. I want to do at least like we're definitely gonna do the Friday stream one. Probably will do a channel member one. More than likely. And then we'll see after that how many I do. Y'all know how I normally do like 8, but like last year it just got to a point where I couldn't even keep track of all of them. I normally used to have fun doing that. I used to love having a bunch of leagues, and I normally do. But I was so busy with content and everything, and then the leagues on top of that, it was just too much. So now that I'm more busy with the YouTube videos and live streams and stuff like that, I can't even keep up. So I'm gonna have the Discord league. If ProTech is doing his league again, I'll pull up. We're gonna have a Friday league, channel member league, and maybe one more. Like maybe we'll see though. Friday League 2022, number of teams. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I need to name them like that too. Oh Lord, what's my password? Oh no, help me. Oh no, help me. Oh no. Boy, I do not remember. Okay, I got it. We can't open ClassLink or Canvas or Skyward even at home without Wi-Fi. Wait, really? And so like it's just the whole area. Like y'all, who did y'all upset, man? Who did y'all make mad? One of the people was Joseph, unfortunately, but I gave them 3 days and told them like 4 times to join. Hey man, maybe Joseph will be here for the Friday one though. What's good, Michael? What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Of course, I have a whole bunch of topics that we're gonna get to once Seyi get here. But for now, I'm just setting up this fantasy league um and like I said, man, that little baby documentary is interesting. I mean, again, I'm biased, so but I like it. And even when I saw on Twitter, a lot of people like it. All our assignments are on paper right now. Ooh, boy, y'all back to the Stone Ages. Ooh, boy, y'all are back to the ugly days. You don't even have nothing to cheat with. You can't even. You said you can't even. Oh well, then again, you might still have your cheat websites, but so I don't even know what ClassLink is. I'm using context clues, but I don't know what none of that stuff is. ClassLink, Canvas, none of that. Skyward. So Thug was in it. Yeah, he's for sure in it. I don't know how long though. I'm still in the beginning. Let me see. So draft settings. Wait. Head to head. Are we doing PPR? Y'all want to do PPR? Go ahead and see if people want to do PPR. Let's go ahead and get that out the way so I can go ahead and know what to focus on. Which one of y'all dogs is eating that loud? Let's see. Draft. No, not continue without saving. Click cancel. Where do you save? I did this for the league. Okay, yes. And then where does it save? Sky with his grade canvas, all our classes, and the Science Class link takes us to our websites. Yeah, somebody hated for it to be them 3 websites specifically. Somebody just wanted to see the world burn. Somebody just simply wanted chaos. That's all they wanted, just chaos. It's chaos. I respect it. I don't know how, who's that talented enough to do that, but shouts out to them, man. Shouts out to them. All right, draft. So it's gonna be Snake. No, I'm not manually setting it. It's gonna be random. Randomized 1 hour prior to the draft. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do time-wise. We're gonna figure that out. Yeah, PPR. All right, bet I'll leave it as PPR, of course. I like having a mix of both. I like doing both. That boy Rich starts school Monday. I think Atlanta been started. I don't even know when they started. Honestly, I don't know. I know like elementary school, like my cousins and them started, but I don't know about like high school and stuff. I actually don't know anybody still. Oh, so they've been in there. So they've been in for like almost a month now, man. Lawson Lucky with the nice catch. I'm getting some good Georgia news. Nothing amazing, but you know, some good, decent Georgia news. Saturday needs to be Sam Howell show. What's good, D's? I completely agree. Sam Howell, Ron Rivera said that Sam Howell is going to play the most he's played so far in the preseason, but I don't know if that means he'll have an entire half. Will he play more than the half? Like, will Taylor Heineke play for like a quarter, maybe quarter and a half, something like that? You know, Aaron Donald should be locked up. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. I have the video ready and everything, so we're gonna watch it and everything once Seyi gets here. You look at Aki. You talking about the Middle Easterns, the corner stores? How long are y'all in New York? For like a week. We won't have the like the timing is terrible for the Friday show. Like I leave on Friday and then won't be back like the other Friday. Like it's so I already told Jalen we'll just pick it back up the next Friday show. And like I said, I have so many videos to work on. Like literally, I'm gonna have to be like more strict with everything timing wise. Like even tonight, I'm gonna have to like literally get off at like 9, like literally. Um, well, at least soon after 9, at the very least, because I need to go ahead and like start pumping out, working on videos that will be uploading while I'm gone. I don't want to just be gone and then channel just dead for a week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to. I need to go ahead and start going crazy with videos, and just go ahead and have them scheduled to release while I'm gone and all of that. But yeah, man, I'm excited. So yeah, we won't have the next Friday show or the one after that. But then we'll be back after that, which I think is September 16th. And it sounds crazy, like I'm not about to be gone anywhere near that long. The time is just really bad because I happen to leave on Friday, and then it's just really bad. Um, and then yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm still planning the New York trip too. That's another reason I'm busy. I'm trying to download as much music as I can because every time I do anything significant, like when I was in college, every new semester or even summer break, I would have like a new playlist of music where I download a whole bunch of new music and it's all in that playlist for that specific time. So I'm trying to go crazy with downloading music so that, you know, I have like a playlist that represents the New York trip and all of that type of stuff. I need to go ahead and get the camera ready too so I can record everything. Say shit. Man, Shay, he working on it, man. He working on it, bro. He trying. He trying. He trying, man. Let me see. Commanders news. Dax Milne has a great shot at making the roster. Casey Hill spot is safe while Shaka Tony and William Bradley King are fighting for the last couple. Chris Paul and Keith Ishmael are competing for the last spot. This is per Ben Standig. I just got a notification about it. The roster will go light on linebackers initially and look to bolster the position after cut downs around the league. Interesting. So they're trying to find some linebackers elsewhere. Probably do a video breaking this down. Antonio Gibson is penciled in as the return man, but wants to let the competition continue to play out. So when they say Rivera has running back Antonio Gibson penciled in as the return man, I knew that meant kickoffs. Does that mean punt returns as well? Is Antonio Gibson our starting punt returner? Because if he is, that changes everything. That means Alex Erickson doesn't make the roster at all. Rico, win-loss prediction for our beloved Commander. It was good, Al. I'm still sticking with my 11-6. But we'll see though, because you know that preseason didn't make me any more optimistic than I was. If anything, it made me a little bit more cautious. But I'm sticking with my 11-6. I'm very serious about the 11-6. I think this schedule is too easy. The team is too talented. Because last year we even got hit with injuries. So if we don't get hit with injuries bad, that's an upgrade just health wise immediately. It's just like Gibby isn't a punt returner at all. He just isn't one. Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it is. But he said returner. Like he didn't. In this quote, it says returner, not kick returner. So we'll see. But yeah, but it's weird though because Alex Erickson looked worse in punt returns, but then he looked better as a receiver when he played. But then again, Dax Milne. But then again, actually, Dax Milne was out there with the super backups as well. But in practices, Dax Milne looked way better from what I've seen and heard. But in preseason games, Alex Erickson was looking pretty good as a receiver at times. But if he can't be our starting punt returner, it doesn't matter what he did as a receiver. Unless he looked like Terry McLaurin out there, he was making the team. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Alex Erickson gone. If it's between the two, Alex Erickson and Dax Milne will be the guy to get that last spot, and he'll probably be a punt returner. Yeah, because I don't remember ever seeing Gibby punt return, but again, Ben Standig just said returner, didn't say kick returner, just straight up returner. So I'm trying to figure out what that means exactly, but that's still really interesting. Though. I can't wait for this Jaguars game to see like Antonio Gibson for real being the primary kick returner, like the first one to catch a kick, all of that type of stuff. As long as he doesn't fumble, I think he'll be really good. Oh yeah, I need to go ahead and play Saints Row too. I got to play Saints Row. I haven't been on Madden in a couple of days. I've been tryharding multiverses the past couple of days. I haven't even been on Hunt. That's like my rotation of games right now. Madden, especially Superstar KO specifically, multiverses. Just started Saints Row, and then y'all know I love my Hunt. I always got to have my shooter. I need to get back on Halo though, because I'm not Onyx anymore because they reset the ranking system. I need to go and get my Onyx back. You meant kick returner. Hey, like I said, I assume because I don't remember Gibson ever starting it. What's it called it? But the way he worded it, just saying returner period. And so I'm keeping it open. We'll see though. Let me see. Draft roster scoring. All right, so I got the league set up. I guess I could start inviting people. Let me go ahead and put the link in to invite people and see who wants to join because we already know a few people that are gonna join. Let me see. How you invite people? Where we go? Opposing teams. Let me see. Maybe that Todd do it. Man, I haven't done this in slightly less than a year. I gotta remember how to do all of this. Teams and divisions, maybe. The facts. Tom Brady playing. So what you think about these valuable starters playing a series or two? When's John starting? Wait, Tom Brady. Wait, what's going on? What about Tom Brady? But starters playing a series or two. When's John starting online? Holcomb, Curl, Davis, William Jackson III, and Juice. I want to see as many starters play as possible, but I just don't. I think it may even be less than that. I'm not even sure if Wentz is gonna play a single snap, but we'll see. I hope we get to see a little bit of something from those guys, but I don't think we're gonna see anybody. How do I add the people? Let's see. Figure out how to do this. Rosters. Nah. Players. Okay, here we go. Add players. Now the join again was we're gonna do we're gonna start from new because I'm not sure who was here last year that wants to be here again. But I'm gonna check back in that league to see like any priority guys. If we run out of spaces, who might be a priority? Let me see. Players, nope, league. Where we at? Members. There we go. Man, I'm rusty with this fantasy stuff, man. I'm super rusty, especially like starting and owning the league, man. It's been a minute. All right, copy link. Here's the fantasy league link. So if you want to join, make sure you go ahead and pull up. Definitely got to keep a roster spot for Jones. For sure, got to keep one for him. Make sure I send that link out. All right, so that's the link for the fantasy. And then, yeah, so far I have 12 spots. We'll see, though, because I like 10 leagues. I like slightly overpowered teams if I can, but, I'm not about to cut it off at 12. If we end up with 14, we just end up with 14. But, yeah, man, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this week 1 Jaguars game for sure, man. I'm super excited. My boy Seyi, he said your fantasy guru. What's good, Seyi?
Yeah. So I forgot to send you a message, but yeah, I'm down. I'm down for this league, to win again.
Hate this guy. But yeah, I sent the link in the chat. I could send you the link personally too.
But by the way, is who in this league gonna be serious, right? Because it seems like every time we have this league, there's always like a couple of y'all who don't be taking it seriously. So if y'all gonna join this league, take this seriously. ain't no BS team just because y'all don't know how to draft, so y'all just throw away the game. No, y'all gotta take this seriously.
Yeah, I forgot who was it because it was somebody that didn't want to join, and then we sent an invite, and they ended up joining. Like if y'all need a last spot, then they gave up. Who gave up and then just started giving away to good players? I forgot who that was. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we ain't having that again. We are not having that again.
Now I remember
y'all
my boy
do that
Argo
again. We kicking y'all out.
My boy Argo drafted a player that was retired like in the 3rd round. He was
we ain't doing that again. We ain't doing that again. Nah.
Let me see. But yeah, I sent out the link for those of y'all. I texted to you personally, Seyi. Yeah, that league was after that, I literally gave up on the league. I stopped doing it. I literally just gave up. What's good, your boy Vado? It's just starting. We technically have 10 spots left, really. Brody, Aja, what happened? Why did both of y'all need my attention? What just happened? Where Smokes, man, he be funny. Y'all don't know where Smokes been at, man. That man been living life, man. I don't know where my boy Smokes been at. Been out here just living life. But yeah, Shay, just to let you know, a few topics. Of course, KD giving up on getting traded out. Aaron Donald fight. I have
all that drama for nothing.
Bro, hey, man. Aaron Donald fight. I got the footage to show. Pat Bev and Westbrook on the same team. Got to talk about that. I also have some THT lowlights. When THT got traded, Lakers fans were like trolling and saying you'll be greatly missed, and they kept posting highlights, but it was just all of his bad plays. So we're gonna take a look at that as well because it's actually pretty bad.
It's like 2 years ago they wouldn't even trade him for a star player. Now they're trading him for Patrick Beverly.
Sick of it, bro. When Malik Monk is your best player outside of the big three, is really bad. Like it's just everybody for sale. After that, everybody's for sale. And now he went to the Kings, I believe, to go get his money. I'm not mad at it.
Did you see my Twitter post? Not even to shameless plug my Twitter because I mean there's nothing popping there, but basically that's how I feel. That's how I feel about the Beverly Westbrook trade, though. That gift. That's how I feel about the Beverly Westbrook trade. They're just gonna be fighting on site.
Let me pull it up. Let me see. Brody, Aja, what is going on, yeah? Can I type? You're in front of the keyboard. Only reason I'm able to type is because I know the keys and where they're at all times. Brody, you got to explain why you're in the way right now. Huh? Let me pull this up. All right, so we got True One, we got Rich, and then Seyi and me so far. And Mr. Jones, I'm gonna hold the spot open for him. So right now we technically have 7 slots left for the Friday league. I'm sorry it's last second, but I'm about to be out of town next week, so. We got
I guess we don't have to do the draft tonight, given that we gotta get people on. But
Mr. Jones has to go do something with the varsity team, so he won't be here. And I know he really wants to do it. Let's see, Let me see. Let me pull it up. But yeah, we got the Aaron Donald fight, Pat Bev and Westbrook. Oh, Torian Prince getting arrested.
Wait,
Jazz
what? I didn't even hear that one.
Oh, also Ezra Miller has finally spoken with WB. We're gonna get to that too. He finally had a conversation with WB. So clearly he's out of jail because he had a conversation with WB and basically apologized for all his antics and things like that. So everything I took from that is that he's out of jail. But we can also dive into that as well. And the Jazz are trying to hurry up and trade Donovan Mitchell before the training camp. But again, we're gonna get to it. Okay, let me share screen because I got it.
Also, Chet Holmgren's out for the season.
Forgot about that injury. Forgot it. We definitely got to talk about that. I completely forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie. All right, here we go. We got Westbrook and Pat Bev see each other for the first time. Yeah, it's over with, man. I don't know how that would work. I have no idea how that would work. Westbrook has to get traded before anything else happens. Before we get to training camp, everything. There's just no way. If you trade for Pat Bev, even without the hate for each other, it's just 2 point guards that can't shoot. Like this makes literally no sense to have them on the same team for any reason, even for that as well, with the static they got from the past.
Yeah, well, there's already reports saying that that Russell Westbrook now is expected to not play for the Los Angeles Lakers, that the Lakers don't want Westbrook to play. If they can't trade him, they're going to do a John Wall and sit him out.
That's so ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I really think this Beverly trade was just a way to say, like, okay, if you don't want to leave Westbrook, we're gonna make you leave.
We're gonna make you
trade for your arch nemesis, Pat Beverly.
We gonna make you leave. Let me go ahead and copy the link for the fantasy again. If you want to join the fantasy, we have 7 spots open, so make sure you pull up. And I already know we're gonna end up leaving out a lot of people that were in the draft last year and that wanted to be in the draft. But again, I'm about to be out of town next week, so it's about to be it's about to be really it's about to be just super busy for leading up to that. And even when I come back on like during the game against the Jaguars. Like I won't even be able to live stream that game. I'm gonna have to like watch it while I'm flying, and then give my review and everything that happened afterwards. I'm gonna have to do a whole video breakdown after I land, but I won't be able to live stream during the game. So the first game I'll be able to live stream during and for will be the week 2 game against the Lions, but I won't be able to do the Jaguars one. Everything just super, like the timing was just ugly. Where was I at? So, so now since we're already talking about Pat Bev and Westbrook, I might as well go ahead and pull up. First of all, for those of y'all who may not know, Pat Bev was traded for Taylor Horton Tucker, however you pronounce his name. I always just call him THT. I forgot what the first name was. Oh, okay. I always forget what the first. I remember
talentless Tucker. or what people call him, talentless Horton Tucker.
Why? And Stanley Johnson, who wasn't great but provided a spark for the Lakers. When he came in, I remember when he first pulled up, he was really fun to watch, and he was out there hustling the most. And they won a couple of games because of Stanley Johnson. Then he kind of
crazy thing with the story of Stanley Johnson, he was a lottery pick, right? And I remember watching this guy when he was in high school. The top high school prospect played in the Barclays Center, but like he was supposed to be this star player, and his rookie year in the Pistons, he looked like he had potential. But then after that, he just regressed and then went out the league. Then out of nowhere, the Lakers picked him up, and yeah, he's now at least staying in the NBA, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and he's part of a rotation in some way, and I'm assuming with the Jazz, with them not being good, and they're trying to do everything they can to get rid of Donovan Mitchell, he may start for the Jazz. But also the other name mentioned in that was Taylor Horton Tucker. So we can go ahead and pull up his lowlights. He'll be missed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did a great service for the LA Lakers. They'll never forget him.
Sabotage. Yes, sir. No rim. No, I think he's hit rim once throughout this highlight tape.
Okay, that one you can give him a pass. The shot clock was ended. That one you give him a pass. Okay, that one you can't give him a pass.
Yeah, you can't get. Oh yeah.
He tried to do that NBA street move. Try to hit it off the backboard with that.
This is just like all the confidence in the world. Hey, he hit rim.
The thing is, who gave him the license to do all this? With the team with LeBron and AD on it, who gave him the license to do all this?
At least he's hitting rim now.
I love his epic music as well.
Oh yeah, perfect. Man, hooping. That man, get off me. Yes, sir, get off me. Good pass, Westbrook. Way to finish.
Well, he shot like Westbrook on that one.
Oh yeah, good layup. Yes, sir.
What does Kendrick Perkins have to do with this?
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea why they decided to put that up there. I don't know. But yeah, that's really bad. King Sean, make sure you join the fantasy. Westbrook is about to get traded. I think he's going to the Pacers, honestly, if anything.
Watch him turn out like all the other young Lakers players who got traded and end up being better than they were when they were in the Lakers. Watch. That's going to happen.
Players literally get with LeBron and get worse. Like Danny Green was the case in point. Before LeBron and after LeBron, he was way better than with LeBron. I don't know what goes on.
All of a sudden, he just couldn't shoot anymore with LeBron on the team.
Like, why?
I guess you can make the case with Westbrook. You can make the case with Westbrook right now.
Westbrook was great until he came to the Lakers. He was inefficient, but at least before the Lakers, he was straight. He carried the Wizards to the playoffs, and then just now he's just nobody wants him.
It's like the only player who has like the anti LeBron where they actually get better was Malik Monk. Everybody else got worse.
And we need to figure out what they did. What was his diet? What was his exercise program? Because like LeBron needs to figure it out. He needs to get everybody on what Malik Monk was on. He needs to do this.
Really.
He needs to get and then the league's not full. Yeah, Taylor Horton Tucker, that's a shame, bro. Whatever that highlight tape was with the music.
Kendrick Nunn was nowhere to be found since being traded to the Lakers. Bro, I remember on the Heat, he was at times a starting point guard, was kind of a bucket, but now on the Lakers, where is he? Where is he?
Bro, he never played. Me and Jamal were like, we would look and they'd be a report like, Kendrick Nunn comes back in 2-3 weeks. 2-3 weeks pass. Oh, Kendrick Nunn is coming back next month. Month passes.
Next month
he has a setback.
Yeah, Kendrick Nunn comes back next year. Next year pass. Kendrick Nunn comes back next decade. Next decade pass.
It was so annoying.
He's not playing.
It was almost like the Curtis Samuel situation with us. Like it was literally that. It was always, he's about to come back soon. He's good. It's nothing to worry about. Just a couple of more weeks. And it kept happening to the point that he ended up staying out the entire year.
That just basically sounds like Kenny Galladay. That's Kenny Galladay's career in a nutshell.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, Kenny Galladay, boy, and he hasn't looked good in the preseason, man. That man's route running has been terrible. Good job.
He don't care. He got paid. He
doesn't care at all.
I don't blame him. I do not blame him. And why the Giants paid him that much money, I do not know. Because if they watched Detroit, they knew he couldn't stay on the field.
And also, back to Pat Bev, I think it's actually pretty crazy. Every time he's gone to like a new team, they've made the playoffs. So, hey, man, this Lakers team, is this going to be the first time he doesn't make the playoffs? Like,
it would be the Lakers for that to happen. I'm sure the Lakers did that analytics and oh yeah, let's sign him. Maybe good fortune will come for us.
Let us say, even if it ain't skill, even if it isn't work ethic, at least some good luck, some good fortune.
His ESPN appearances during the offseason may have helped him get signed by the Lakers, may have helped him get traded by the Lakers. As I remember on First Take, when I think Beverly, I don't know if he said the Lakers will win a championship. I forgot. He said something ridiculous about the Lakers, but he said the Lakers will be much better this year, at least me in the playoffs. But he said the problem with the Lakers is there's just nobody to challenge the stars. There's nobody that's going to challenge LeBron, nobody that's going to challenge Anthony Davis. And they need to have a player like that outside of those two that would challenge people. So basically, Exactly. That's what he did. He just basically sold himself for the Lakers, and I think the Lakers looked at that. Yo, that's what we need right there. That's what we need. And they traded for him.
Light bulb, like as if he didn't do it on purpose. I'm pretty sure the Lakers felt like they were geniuses. Like, oh, I just had a bright idea. We should go get Pat Bev.
And all they had to do was just trade talentless Horton Tucker.
I mean, that highlight tape said everything we need to know. It's always been wait for his potential. He has the potential to be a bucket getter. He should be like a less athletic Brandon Roy, all of that type of stuff and over again. And
wait. Less athletic Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy wasn't even that athletic. Brandon Roy was just skilled and smooth. How is that? That's not a good thing.
It never happened.
That's basically saying a worse shooting Westbrook. Like Westbrook's not a good shooter already.
It was, bruh. I wish they had some plays on that low lights that there were some plays that I vividly remember that weren't even in the highlight tape of just athleticism depleted. He looked like he was 40 out there sometimes. It was making me so mad, bro.
What sold everybody in talentless Horton Tucker's his build. He's 6'4", 6'5", 230. And he has a 7-foot wingspan. Yes. And the fact that he's on 21, 22 right now. So and the fact that he was wearing a Lakers jersey on. So because of that, his potential was just overrated. He's had a lot of overrated potential with him. I'm saying he could be a decent role player in the NBA. He could be. So I think he could play defense, but offensively, it's just not there offensively. And this reminds me too. I don't know if I did tell you this story, Rico, about what JJ Hickson. JJ Hickson was this, and he's also from Atlanta, Georgia. He's from Wheeler High School, by the way. JJ Hickson was this young player from the Cleveland Cavaliers, athletic, 6'9", and he was a hustle man at the time, but looked like, because of his young age, that he could be more than that. He could possibly be a star. And he was playing on a Cleveland team led by LeBron, of course. The Cavaliers had a trade offer from the Phoenix Suns for prime Amari Stoudemire, and all they had to do was trade J.J. Hickson. The Cavaliers rejected it. Fast forward years later, J.J. Hickson is just, I think he just went to Memphis, and I think it was off a free agent too, like nothing else. Just a backup player, while Amari Stoudemire, it was in the New York Knicks, still being a perennial all-star before the knee injury.
That's crazy. I remember this guy's face. This guy's face.
He was popular in Atlanta too. Like, he was one of the top high school prospects. And he had a lot of, it's just that they overjudged his potential. Yeah, and he went to the Blazers too, but they overjudged his potential to the point the Cavaliers didn't just bank on that potential and trade him for Amari Stoudemire. That would have been one of the worst Suns blunders ever. And who knows? If they would have traded for Amari Stoudemire, LeBron probably would have won a championship in Cleveland, and he probably would never went to
Miami. Man.
Yeah. So hey,
that's a crazy domino effect.
Yeah. I was about to say Taylor Horton Tucker, but that's what Taylor Horton Tucker reminds me of.
Now that name is hilarious, but nothing beats dubious handles. Like nothing.
Yeah. But that's how I found that nickname too. It was on the NBA Reddit. It was like, what's the funniest, most disrespectful nicknames? It was dubious handles, number one. Then like talentless Horton Tucker was like somewhere in the top 10.
Now, and Colin's sacker pick is still legendary, because sack or pick, like, those are literally the two worst things possible. Why does his name rhyme with that? Like, Colin's sacker pick. That is hate.
Why they did that? Why they did that to that man? It ain't his fault he had no offensive line.
But yeah, that potential gets people fired, man. Potential gets people fired. It was a good VA money group. Potential certainly gets people fired. It's ugly out here.
JJ Hickson was okay. But the thing is, he was okay. Amari Stoudemire was a superstar.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh, he's like 22, 21, 23. He could be like Amari Stoudemire as well. We're not trading him. And look what happened. They lost LeBron.
Amari Stoudemire is one of the very first players I vividly remember, like, really rocking with when I was younger. I don't know what it is. I just remember him being like so different when I was in elementary school. My ESPN account's being difficult now. I'll try to fix and join later. If the lots are filled up by then, it is what it is. All right, man. We still got spots open. Keep trying. I don't know what's going on, but make sure you keep trying, my boy. But yeah, this Pat Bev Westbrook situation, yeah, he's gone. If he were to get traded anywhere, I think the Pacers make sense. I know that's what everybody's been talking about, but even if you like really think about it, him getting traded to the Pacers, the only thing I can think of right now. Wait, who's that nickname for? I don't even know whose name that is. Whose name is that for?
I'm not even going to read that. I'm not going to read that.
I'm so scared. Whose nickname is that? But yeah, he's gonna end up going to the Pacers, aka Jonathan Kuminga. Oh, okay. I see what they did there. I see what they did there. Not as legendary as the other ones, but I see what they did there.
Well, you say Russ is going to go to the Pacers. I don't know why the Pacers would want him. They got Tyrese Halliburton.
Nah, no. Jerry, we need this to happen, bro. I want Westbrook to go to his own team where he can have fun. And,
it's not going to be his own team.
Expectations.
He won't even be the best point guard on the roster. It's not going to be his home team. No.
That's not hating on my boy Westbrook, bro.
No, y'all. It's just Tyrese Halliburton. He is good. He's a borderline star right now, and he's like 23. Unlike Hickson, he's already proven he can be a bucket. Like, no, I don't want him to go to the Pacers. That Pacers team with Halliburton, with Ben Mathurin, that team looks fun right now. And Jalen Smith, that team looks fun.
It won't be more fun. It won't.
Nah. I don't want Westbrook going to that. I don't even know where Westbrook can land. I don't see the Pacers, Hornets, maybe because of the Jordan connection. You know, Jordan Brand, Michael Jordan. He could play alongside LaMelo Ball, even though I don't see how that's possibly ever working out. It's like he's modern day Allen Iverson, because Allen Iverson was in the same position end of his career. What other team can he play for?
Like the team that currently has to deal with them.
That's what I'm saying. Nuggets. It didn't work out in the Nuggets. Sixers ended out badly after his legendary career. It didn't work out in the Nuggets. Pistons didn't work out. Like, what other team could he play for? This is Westbrook right now. What team would want it or need what? Actually, yeah, that's a better question. What team needs Westbrook? There's no team that needs Westbrook.
Only a team that's trying to sell tickets. That's the only one I can think of. A team just trying to a bad team that's trying to sell tickets.
Does he even sell tickets anymore? Who's saying in 2022, yo, I need to see Russell Westbrook?
At the very least, you're gonna laugh. At least you're gonna laugh.
Yeah, but you can go to a comedy show
basketball.
For that. You can go to a comedy show for that. Like,
disrespect my boy like that, man.
Who's going to watch Westbrook play in 2022?
We gotta respect the future Hall of Famer, man. We can't do my boy like that, man.
He's a future Hall of Famer, but we're not talking about 2012. We're talking about 2022.
He is that old, man. That is crazy. Kevin Durant's up there too. That is crazy how old.
I remember watching Westbrook in high school. No, not high school. I remember watching Westbrook in UCLA, and now he's like
backup.
Yeah, towards the end of his career. Exactly. Exactly.
Super backup. But wait, yeah. So I mean, I've been hearing that the only thing that may make sense is Miles Turner and Buddy Hield for Westbrook and a bunch of first round picks.
Whoa. Okay, bunch of first round picks. Why would the Pacers do that? Why would the Pacers do that? Oh my goodness. Miles Turner for Westbrook straight up. Not even mentioning Buddy Hield. Oh no.
It's basically like because they could have had Buddy Hield last year instead of Westbrook. They could have. It was literally Buddy Hield or Westbrook, and they chose Westbrook.
Basically, what Pacers are saying, let's just hand you our two best players to the Lakers just so y'all can win another championship. Just like y'all did when Memphis handed the Lakers Pau Gasol those years back. Nah, but okay. It better be a whole decade of first-round picks if I'm taking Westbrook and I'm trading away Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. I don't care Westbrook's on an expiring contract. It better be a whole decade of first-round picks. That's what I'm taking.
What's crazy about that trade too, because Buddy Hield will forget how to shoot when he get next to LeBron. So everybody's
for real.
Nobody.
And Miles Turner will take like 5 threes a game, even though he shoots like 20% from three. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Wait, QB Matt Barkley is out to punt for the Bills. Oh yeah, the Bills don't have a punter right now. The Jaguars don't have a kicker, and the Bills don't have a punter. Bro, Matt Barkley. How far
did he even punt in USC?
Yeah, I was say how far are we falling, bro? USC quarterbacks are really bad. Hey, very bad.
He's been so bad. They don't even play him at quarterback. They play him at punter. That's crazy.
Punting.
We're like, we'd rather have you kick than throw. Remember when he was a junior at USC, right? And I think it was Andrew Luck and RG3 coming out the draft. He chose to stay, but had he went, I think he was going to be the number 1 pick, or at least top 5,
hype that he had,
if I remember.
Yeah,
because that's when all these scouts were feeding on quarterbacks that played in pro-style offenses, and he played in the pro-style offenses his freshman year. So they're like, oh, he has to be the number 1 pick. It's crazy how staying in college for 2 more semesters, only 2 more semesters, 1 more year, went from a possible number 1 pick to like a 4th, 5th round pick. That is crazy.
It's absolutely terrible. But USC, this reputation is terrible anyway.
And to the fact that they don't even let him even play quarterback. Like think if he would have went as a junior, would he been one of the biggest busts of all time?
Bro, this is atrocious, bro. They long line of failures at QB, hype, all kinds of hype, and then just nothing. Because even Mark Sanchez ended up never being what people thought he would be. Matt Leinart It's just, bro, that I don't know what's going on.
Carson Palmer. Only good one was Carson Palmer.
And then even my boy JT Daniels that transferred from USC and 5-star quarterback to my Georgia Bulldogs. Then he gets hurt. And it's just like, come on, bro. These USC quarterbacks, bro. Hey, the one person
that really Carson Palmer the only one? Is he the only one? I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else?
He might be. It's been a while. It may take that. It may
Matt
take
Castle.
Buddy from DC.
I forgot Matt Castle. I was thinking of a backup USC quarterback. A backup USC quarterback is the second most successful USC quarterback in recent memory.
It's got to take the kid from DC to stop that. Caleb Williams is the only hope for USC.
Does he count though? Because he came from Oklahoma. Yeah, doesn't really count.
Yeah, he transferred. I mean, hey, if it works, we'll see. We'll see. I think it should work because I like the way Caleb Williams looks. We'll see. But that's kind of crazy because he did transfer. But then again, Justin Fields is looked at as an Ohio State quarterback, so we can give USC that. With all of the bad they've had, we can give them Caleb Williams if he goes crazy.
Then watch his sophomore and junior year, he's going to play like trash. It's like the LeBron effect in USC. Because now since he's a USC quarterback right now, it's not going to be, all Oklahoma quarterbacks are good. It's like now you're USC quarterbacks, and now you're going to be trash.
All Oklahoma quarterbacks are bad. I mean, all USC quarterbacks are bad. He's struggling between both superstitions. Oklahoma, like you said, Oklahoma's always Oklahoma. USC's never worked. He's in that middle. Which one's stronger? Which
gene is stronger? Which superstition is stronger? We're going to see.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. We gotta wait a couple of years some more for Caleb. But yeah, I agree with Rich. I think he might be able to break that. University of Texas also. Oh yeah, Colt McCoy and Vince Young and all of them guys, man. That's just.
I feel like they had one good quarterback. Didn't they have one good quarterback? Well, they're gonna have one good quarterback now with the Manning boy coming.
Oh yeah, I hate him. That man made it look like he might come to us for the longest, and then he went to them. I hope they're trash. I hope they're absolutely trash. Let me see. Texas Longhorn quarterbacks. List of Sam Ehlinger. He's looked pretty good in the preseason, even though I don't think he's good.
I mean, he's a backup.
Yeah, he's super backup. I think he's like the third string quarterback for the Lions, which should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, which means won't be in the NFL in 5 years.
Hey, Garrett Gilbert. Our boy Garrett Gilbert.
He played a couple times for Dallas, I think, in place of Dak Prescott.
Chris.
Yeah. I already talked about how bad he was. I already talked about that.
It's nothing else notable. I don't even remember who David Ash is.
Who is David Ash?
You lost me with that. Completely. There was a Case McCoy after Colt McCoy. I completely missed that as well.
I forgot he had a brother. I forgot about him.
I forgot about that.
He really came and went so fast. Pause on that. But he really went. He really gone. Yeah, I'm trying to find another word for that. But yeah, he really. I forgot about him. I do remember Case McCoy though. I do remember him.
Tyrone Swoops. I don't know who Gerard Hurd was, but he played 10 games. I don't remember who that was though. I just stopped keeping track of Texas after a while. Shane.
And it's a shame that if it wasn't for Jeff Fisher, I feel like Vince Young wouldn't have been a bust. So he was really could have been the only redeeming quality, but
Marcus Mariota too. They just kept taking mobile quarterbacks and just kept ruining them just over and over again. Thanks.
Well, question. Do you think Marcus Mariota will revive his career in Atlanta? He's been looking decent in the preseason.
It's going to be hard to tell because the team is so bad. I mean, granted, now Kyle Pitts and Drake London, especially Kyle Pitts, look like they about to be serious. And Cordell Patterson, that trio right there is insane. But outside of that, man, I think that team is too bad for it to matter what he does. I mean, you could try to isolate him from the rest of the team and analyze that, but that Falcons team is terrible, bro. It's really like bottom 3 in the league, bro.
It is. Oh, those tickets better be. Those tickets better be cheap because there's gonna be nobody in that stadium. Not at all.
Oh yeah.
Nobody.
and people are gonna be there probably for the first game because people are celebrating the loss of Matt Ryan as if everything was Matt Ryan's fault.
It's gonna be. I forgot about that. It's gonna be a celebration.
Yeah,
and then they're gonna.
Falcons fans swear everything is Matt Ryan's fault.
Then by week 4, they would want Matt Ryan back while he's MVP candidate by like week 6 for the Colts.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm making a bold prediction. Matt Ryan will be an MVP candidate. Not saying MVP, but he will be a candidate. He got the running game. Yeah, got the running game, got the offensive line, got some decent receivers. Michael Pittman, young budding receiver. They got another guy, Parrish Campbell, and probably like another guy I'm forgetting. But like they got
from
young
Cincinnati, Alex Pierce. They drafted Alex Pierce.
Yep.
Something from Cincinnati. My boy.
But so they got a lot of talent. Matt Ryan, I've always said this with him is if you don't surround with talent, he's not going to do good. If you surround him with talent, he's going to perform really well. He's basically like Kirk Cousins in a way. So I feel like he's going to be an MVP candidate. And speaking of Kirk Cousins, I actually didn't know Kirk Cousins had like a 35 touchdown season with like 8 interceptions. If you watch Vikings games, which I have a lot this past season, it doesn't seem like he was doing that well. But then you look at the stat line, and it's like, wow, if you just look at those stats, that look like an all-pro quarterback. It's like, that's Kirk Cousins?
Stats-wise, it looks crazy. But as Commander fans, we know that boy will fill up the stat sheet when it doesn't matter. When they're down by 14, man,
that's crazy. What it felt like watching the Vikings. So I watched, my dad's a Vikings fan, so I watched a lot of Vikings games that past season. It did not seem like it was that good. But then I looked at this overall season when people were saying like, oh, Kirk Cousins is worth that money that the Vikings gave him. It was like, could have fooled me. But then I looked at the stats and like, wait, that's Kirk Cousins? Like, when did it happen? It didn't look like that when I was watching him.
It never does. Justin Jefferson's a dog. Of course, Adam Thielen's a dog. My boy Dalvin Cook, whenever he's healthy, he's crazy. But their defense is old, and Kirk Cousins is just a stat pattern. That man is garbage time God. Again, as Commanders fans, we know garbage time God. That man will put up some crazy numbers when the game's already out of reach. That's what he does.
At least the good thing for the Vikings is they don't have Mike Zimmer anymore. So I feel like they're going to be a better team because he was a horrible play caller. Horrible decision maker too. They just had him for too long. So I think they're going to be better just by having just a different voice.
And I think they took my boy Lewis Seyi. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be even better at the NFL level than college because he kind of, I wouldn't say he disappeared in Georgia, but we just had so much talent that people don't really realize how good Lewis Seyi was. He was really important for our defense, and I think he's like, with a bigger role, he's going to step up and play bigger. So I'm really excited about my boy Lewis Seyi, man. I hope he does. Because first of all, the Green Bay Packers, I think it was him. The Green Bay Packers literally told him, oh, yeah, we're going to take you when we get the chance. And then their pick came up. They didn't. And then he went to the Vikings. So now he's going to go against the Green Bay Packers twice a year. He even said it out loud. He was like, I'm gonna play my best games against them. I'm going to show them that they messed up and things like that. But it's interesting because the Green Bay Packers took 2 Georgia Bulldogs. So he's going to be going against his buddies. I think they took Devontae Wyatt and Quay Walker. So he's going to be going against his former buddies there. And I think that's just going to be – I can't wait to see all the little jersey holdups because, Georgia normally doesn't kill a draft like they just did this past year. So we're going to see a lot of the jersey holdups.
It's like literally the whole defense got drafted. The whole defense got drafted in the first round.
We set a record for most draft picks in the draft. And nobody went in the 7th round, which is crazy. Our last draft pick was in the 6th, and we set a record for most draft picks by a single school. Yeah, bro. Could have squeezed in a couple of more there. You know what I'm saying? We could have extended the record a little bit. Could have stat padded like Kirk Cousins a little bit towards the end.
But like Red Wings though once said, KJ Osborne also good, solid third option as well.
Yeah, I like Alex Pierce a lot. I want
got a team. It's just a defense.
Oh no, I was still thinking about the Colts. My fault. I was still talking about the Colts. But yeah, man, I just think when they revamp that defense and get younger, I think they could be good again. But then again, the NFC North, Justin Fields. I refuse to believe the Bears are going to be this sorry for long. You got to be able to build around Darnell Mooney, Justin Fields and those running backs. You have to figure something out. So I don't know how long the Bears are going to be sorry. The Packers are going to be the Packers as long as the receiver stuff. Did you see that Aaron Rodgers was upset with the receivers? And they had to have like
I didn't. Oh no! Was there a video for? Oh really?
I'm not sure about a video. He called them out somewhere. I just remember seeing the quote, and he basically was like, "They just not doing their job" or something like that. And so then, like the next day, they had like a meeting, like just a strict meeting, him and just the receivers, so they could talk it out and get everything down. I mean, I guess Aaron Rodgers is stressed out because none of the guys look like Devontae Adams, which I hope he didn't expect that going into the season.
Was this like that Wolverine meme where he's looking at the picture and there's a picture of Devontae Adams?
It's just sad, just so sad. Missing his buddy. I mean, I guess they were just in training camp. Guys weren't looking like Devontae Adams, and he just was just upset, having sad flashbacks, slow motion of Devontae Adams catching everything thrown towards him. And then they had to have like a meeting, like a personal meeting, to where they figured out everything. We'll see if they got it together, but they had to hash some stuff out. And then the Lions, I don't think they're going to be sorry for long. Once they replace Jared Goff with all of the weapons they got on offense, what happened to what's his face, the Ohio State receiver, the guy that kind of looked like Vince Staples a little bit? What happened to Lions corners? Hold on.
I was about to ask you though, how is Christian Watson looking?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't looked at the Packers at all. Apparently not great by how upset Aaron Rodgers is. But I love Christian Watson. I thought he was great coming out of the draft. What's his name, bro? Where's the corner?
No, that's the corner. Oh, you said cornerback. I was thinking wide receiver. Jeff Okudah, yeah. Or Rich.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah, bro. What happened to my boy? I thought he was gonna be so great.
Yeah, apparently I'm just hearing he's not doing too well.
He keeps getting hurt, and then even when he's healthy, it just looks like they just drafted him again. It's like he keeps resetting, from what I've heard and the little bit I've seen. That's sad because I love Jeffrey Okudah coming out.
It's something, it's just something in. I was trying to say something in the Detroit water. I mean, there's something in Detroit.
I'm about to say that's a little too close to Flint. That was going to be a little offensive.
I didn't even mean to say that. I did not even mean to say that. I did not even mean to say that. Did not even mean to say that. But I mean,
they're not even that close though. Honestly, that's like Atlanta to Athens, basically. But yeah, it's still
really
same state.
Okay. Yeah,
same
I don't
state,
even know.
Though. Same state.
I mean, yeah, it's like a figure of speech, but then it was like, oh wait, I don't think I should use it for that city. So, but yeah, it's just Detroit. They're just a bad team, so good players will just turn bad in Detroit. Or good players can be good in Detroit, but they'll just want to retire early or get traded.
Retire early or leave to go get a Super Bowl. The year that they leave, the first year they leave Super Bowl.
First year.
The Lions got to look at themselves and be like, what are we doing? Just the whole Detroit period. The Pistons, what are we doing right now? What are we doing? But
I like the Pistons. I like the Pistons right now. The Pistons got a good young roster. Kay Cunningham, you got Jaden Ivey. Isaiah Stewart's looking good. Jalen Duren, he was looking like a good pick during the summer league. I actually like the Pistons.
Marvin Bagley, I was talking mostly the pass, but yeah.
The pass they've been trash. Yeah,
terrible. What have we been doing? But I mean, I like the potential of the football team too, because y'all know Jameson Williams was my favorite receiver easily in the draft. George Pickens was probably like a distant second. And y'all know how much I love George Pickens, but I just think Jameson Williams, when healthy, is going to be different. Then they got the St. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I'm not even that big of a DeAndre Swift fan as a Georgia Bulldog fan, but I still think he's pretty good.
TJ Hawkinson, nice his first year. He was nice his first year. And
I just hate the fact that his last name is Swift and he's not Swift. Like he's more of like he catches the ball out of the backfield, but he's not
kind of quick,
agile.
He's not like quick, he's not Jameson Williams, but he's elusive.
Relatively, but not enough for his last name to be Swift. Like they banked on him. I mean, granted, it's their last name, so they didn't pick it, but still, they were expecting. I was expecting him.
You were thinking like Garrett Blunt. You were thinking like Garrett Blunt.
I was thinking something crazy. It was even Sony Michel quick.
Like Garrett Blunt, and then be a 250-pound power back. You were thinking something like that. Like it got to fit with what they are.
Yeah. And then even on defense, they're the ones that got Aiden Hutchinson. That team has some really good building blocks for the future. They just got to get guys healthy, and I don't know what's going on with Jeffrey Okudah because that's supposed to be a lockdown corner, but that's just
it
looking
could
terrible
also
right
worst case scenario they could turn out to be like the Jaguars when the Jaguars had Jalen Ramsey, they got their linebackers. I forgot
and
the
those
name.
guys.
Yeah, Miles Jack. Yep, they got all those top draft picks. Right, looked like they had huge potential. Traded Jalen Ramsey away. And different coaches.
Even CJ Henderson.
No chemistry.
Traded CJ Henderson to the
Panthers. CJ Henderson as well. Traded CJ Henderson. So that could be the worst case scenario.
Miles Jack is on the Steelers, and that's really going unnoticed how much of a steal the Steelers got. It's in their name for getting Miles Jack for as cheap as they did. Because with Devin,
they stole Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, from the Dolphins. Like, that was crazy. I remember that too. I remember the day that trade happened, I was upset. Man, the Steelers out here cheating, bro. And then they got George Pickens in the second round. We got to stop this, bro. We have to stop this.
Well, yeah, if any team George Pickens can go on is the Steelers. The Steelers like, yeah, we had your type of personality before.
We got to control you. We got to control you.
We can handle you. Everybody thought Antonio Brown was a choir boy for like 7 years with us. So if we can do that with Antonio Brown, we can do that with you.
Martavis Bryant, they've had some characters, boy. They have had some characters throughout their history, especially even just receiver-wise specifically. Plaxico Burress, just receiver-wise specifically. That alone, they've had some crazy characters. And I love the fact that George Pickens has been balling out, showing people. And he's up to his antics. I mean, he's getting interviewed by I Am Athlete at the camp. He got the nickname NFL Young Boy and everything. I love the fact that he's like famous. Like, people know of him. They know him more now in the Steelers than they did in Georgia. But I'm happy though. I'm happy as long as he blows up and he's like, kind of like the next Anthony Edwards as far as like star. Even if it's not even necessarily what he does on the field, but even off the field included in personality, I'm really happy. I wish he was from Atlanta, but he's from Alabama. He's supposed to go to Auburn. He was committed to Auburn for like over a year. And then signing day, he just put on that Georgia. I didn't even watch it. I just assumed, we're not getting him. 5-star receiver. First of all, we don't really get 5-star receivers like that. And then he was committed to Auburn the whole way. And then he just put on the Georgia hat during signing day. I was like, wait, when were we even recruiting this guy? But yeah, I wish he was from Atlanta so I could, just appreciate him a little bit more. But Georgia Bulldog for life, man. For sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Also, we still haven't even gotten to the Aaron Donald fight. And yeah, we did already talk about the Pat Bev trade. We're going to go ahead and go to the Aaron Donald fight. And actually, for those of y'all who may not have seen it, I actually have the fight available. So let me go ahead and bring that up. It's actually kind of crazy.
I haven't seen it.
Oh. He was throwing helmets. Like, you can hear him making contact with helmets. Well, let me start it over.
So is this championship mentality for? This is that championship mentality. You throw helmets in a practice field.
And what's funny too is I saw a tweet. It said the NFL, after strong consideration and discussions, will now suspend Myles Garrett for 3 games. it just got pushed on to Myles Garrett. It was just so stupid for what he did to the who was that quarterback that he hit with the helmet? I forgot.
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph. It's like literally Myles Garrett was trending for this Aaron Donald fight. He was trending almost as much as Aaron Donald was. It was just so stupid. Twitter was just so stupid for like a couple of hours.
What gets you to the point where you have to grab someone's helmet and use it as a battering ram?
Two of them. You see one in the left hand too. He was
I didn't even see the left hand.
He was going stupid. Double helmet.
How did the Bengals let him get 2 helmets?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. And I
First
want to know.
They beat y'all in the Super Bowl. Now he's taking your helmets.
I want to know what set him off. Like, what was it that just completely was the end of it? Like, I'm done. I don't care about my career. I mean, he's won a Super Bowl. He got paid a lot of money. A lot of it's guaranteed. He really has nothing to lose, honestly. But like, what caused that though? Like, what really took him over the top?
What did they say? Like the dude that accused Aaron Donald fighting him that he lost the fight or something? Like what?
They had to
Remember when he got
said
in the
something about
fight?
his face being small. Had to have been a small face joke.
Probably.
Aaron Donald got one of the smallest faces doing it. let me just pull up Aaron Donald, bro. I don't know how. First of all, he's just relatively small for the position he's playing, but then even beyond that, his face is literally in the middle of his head. It looks photoshopped sometimes. I know this is a Rams picture, which is like, I don't know why this is one of the first pictures that came up, but yeah, somebody said something about how small his face was.
That was a good decision for him to grow his hair out. Like he looked hella weird with that short hair. Like it needed to give like his face some depth to it. So like he had to grow his hair out. His head's way too small for that.
I just want to know what happened though. Like I gotta know. I need to hear from his point of view.
What's RG3's post on Aaron Donald though? I didn't even see that.
Wait, he had a post on Aaron Donald? Oh, I didn't even know. Let me go look right now. Let me go see. We still got this up here, the Pat Bev and Westbrook from earlier. RG3 Aaron Donald. Let's see. Hopefully it's on Twitter. You know, RG3 don't play, bro. He been super active on Twitter. He actually shouted out the Berkney and Gold. He said something very positive about us. Montez Sweat. All right, that didn't help at all. We're gonna go to Google. That didn't help at all. Twitter was no help right there. RG3's post Aaron Donald had me rolling. Oh, so it's a Game of Stars. Let's see.
Game of Thrones.
Swinging a helmet. Let's see RG3. All right, when it loads up. All right, we're not even going to wait for it to load up. We're just going to click on it, and I guess we'll just all be surprised and see what happens. He got Madden face. We on the Aaron Donald's extreme hot head. Oh, is this what RG? That's so stupid.
Oh, that's funny.
That's so stupid.
Against the White Walkers.
That is so stupid, man. Yeah, I got it. I know I keep saying it, but like, can we please get an interview? Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna get suspended for at least a game. And then but I just want to know from his point of view. I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear exactly what sent you over the edge. Like, what really happened? Because I mean, 2 helmets. Who gave him 2 helmets? Who gave Aaron Donald 2 helmets?
They really just snatched it off 2 players' heads.
Honestly, if I'm in the AFC North, I'm making Aaron Donald jokes all the time when I play the Bengals. I'm like, don't make me go get Aaron Donald the whole time. We've already talked about the trash talk between the Browns DBs and the Cincinnati Bengals wide receivers. I make Aaron Donald jokes the whole time. He said,
glad to see you still got your helmet on. I thought Aaron Donald snatched it off your head.
Yeah, literally. Jokes like that the whole time. You better hold on to your helmet. Aaron Donald coming. You better. Do they play this season at all? Let me go look at the Rams schedule.
That'll probably be unlikely, but let's see.
Let me see. Oh, they play preseason.
Yeah, that's why they were practicing.
Yeah, it's the joint. Yeah, they play preseason together. That's interesting. That's cool though. Can't wait to see what happens in that preseason game. Even though I doubt the starters really even play at all. Very little if they do. But still, hey man, I'd be out there trash talking too. If I was on the Rams, if I'm in the NFC North, every time I play the Bengals, whoever, I'm making Aaron Donald jokes all year, maybe forever. So further notice, he going for a DPS build. Yeah, that man is straight all attack, no defense, no agility, no nothing, just straight attack, glass cannon. I absolutely love the Bengals helmets too. That's why I'm also happy that we're talking about this. Y'all know orange and black. Bengals have had my favorite jerseys forever. But again, I'm biased to orange and black. So I just like seeing that right there. Now that it's isolated without all the players around, the helmets look even better. But yeah, and then also we still haven't even talked about KD and how he just gave up on the whole thing, man. Seyi, how you feel about this whole KD situation?
Man, this was a whole waste of time. All this drama for no reason. Oh my! It makes me feel like Fox Sports and ESPN probably paid KD extra. Hey, start this drama just so we can have topics to discuss on First Take and Undisputed. This was a waste of time.
Literally. Literally a waste of time. Like, absolutely. But it literally, and to your point, it carried ESPN and Fox Sports and all of those guys for weeks. Whenever they didn't have anything to talk about, they would just do something with Kevin Durant. Hypotheticals. Where could he get traded? Why he should get traded? Should Steve Nash go? Should the GM go? They would just find a way to come up with a topic. And then whenever something actually happened, well, now technically nothing happened, but when there was actual news coming from KD's side, that would just give them a whole nother week of topics again. And then now that this is done, I mean, what are they talking about? I haven't listened to First Take or any of those in a minute. I don't even know what they have to talk about now that KD's done.
Did you see Patrick Beverley basically call out Kevin Durant for this whole drama going on?
I heard about it. It was something like "my bad" or something. Like KD replied like "my bad." Let me go find that actually.
He replied #blame KD, and then Beverly was like I wasn't even talking about you, but Beverly literally put KD in his tweet. So what you mean you weren't talking about him?
Let me see. Exchange Twitter barbs, and what is that word barbs? They exchange Twitter barbs. Hey, hate the way people talk sometimes. Like, why? Like, why are y'all talking like that? Let me see if they have the actual screenshots. Nothing. Yeah, that's what I get for trusting Fox, and that's why they use the word barbs, because it's Fox. That's what I get. That is what I get right there. I clicked on Fox News. I did that to myself. What would have to happen for the Commanders to seriously consider a chase? I don't think they'll ever do that. I think they'll be patient, if anything, and wait. All right, so here we go.
For a second round pick.
All right, so what's the first thing? Okay, so y'all can sit and don't say nothing, but that ain't cool. It's dudes with families out here who haven't gotten a job because of this KD, and to be on and off ain't cool. Blessing gang, and then blame KD. And that, you know, I typically don't like a lot of the stuff that KD does, but I like that blame KD. I felt like that was a great response. He said, "Gang, who said I was talking about you? I'm speaking of how it's done. Both sides to keep private."
You put KD's name in your tweet. That was the funny thing.
KD literally right there. Blatant right there. KD literally in there. Was that Cornelius Daniels or something? Like what's the excuse?
Kevin Dotson.
Clearly.
Hey, I was just talking about Kevin Dotson, not about you. Like, dang.
You should have known that. I used the initials KD. Of course I wasn't talking about you. What's good, Dean? Oh, and JID dropped. I'm gonna have to go check that out at some point. But yeah, Pat Bev, I don't know what I mean. The only like slight benefit of the doubt is that he's talking about the whole situation, and it looked like he was more so making a joke of it. But like, still ain't talking about you, and his name is literally in the tweet. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. I don't know. Pat Bev is definitely something mentally wrong with Buddy. But again, I normally hate a lot of the stuff Kevin Durant does because a lot of the stuff he does is really questionable. But I love this response. I thought that was perfect. And he did it on his actual account. So I thought that was also a step in the right direction.
How they said Beverly clapped right back. How is this a clap back? He was just saying he wasn't talking about him. Like, wait, that's not a clap
Beverly
back.
Claps right back.
Yeah, like for that response.
Oh yeah, fittingly. He clapped right, bro. The way people talk.
And Beverly makes a great point. Wait, what great point he made? He mentioned KD's name.
I think they're talking about the point that everybody was waiting to sign. Like, yeah, because Isaiah Thomas also made a joke. Finally, we can sign now. Because now, honestly, Pat Bev is right in that sense, even though the tweet was terrible. And then the fact that he acted like he wasn't talking about KD is even worse. But they have a point that this whole KD trade thing was holding up everything. Like, now people literally can like sign now. People are like, all right, so now everything, the dust is settled. The war is over. Now I can, pick a team that I want to go to and things like that. So that man KD was really holding up people's lives.
Jalen Brown don't have to keep looking over his shoulder to see if he gets traded.
But at the same time, anybody waiting to sign, like he said, it's dudes with families out here who haven't gotten a job. Everybody that's waiting to get signed right now is already a millionaire. They're veterans. They've already played in the NBA before. They've made at least pretty good money. They're not broke. So that's the only thing I disagree with right there. But yeah, KD not signing was holding up everything.
Well, I guess in a way, yeah, but probably just have empty roster spots just in case for the KD trade. Who knows? Or but
True.
then
Some back
Isaiah,
end guys.
but
Yeah.
I guess Isaiah Thomas is a millionaire. I was about to say Isaiah Thomas, but he is a millionaire.
Yeah, most of these guys are millionaires. It's not people waiting to eat. Like Patrick Beverly exaggerated there, but his point is true. KD was holding up a lot. Like them boys, everybody was just on the edge of their seats waiting. Like, what's going on with KD? Where is he gonna go? Should I sign there? Should I not sign there? All of that type of stuff.
But he said, but noted. So are we going to get a Lakers Nets matchup, Beverly versus KD?
Oh Lord, when does that happen? When does that happen? Nets, Lakers, 2022. Let me see what's going on. First of all, I think the Lakers are going to get washed because I don't even think they're going to be healthy by then.
I don't know if the schedule even came out yet.
I know they released a few matchups that we know about, but yeah,
for the
maybe
holiday
not that
matchups.
one. I guess the Lakers haven't been good enough for it to match, even though I mean it is LeBron and AD, but dang, where's the 2022 23 NBA?
Well, Rich made a good point. Colin Sexton, that he was probably being held up by the KD trade for all we know. So who knows? Maybe Colin Sexton. Now teams will try to trade for him. Now the KD sweepstakes is out.
Yeah, that is crazy how much power KD has. But hey, man, he's earned it. He's earned it by how talented he is. So can't be mad at him. And if he's disgruntled, whatever. But the fact that it just got held up like that and did nothing happen is just like everybody feels like they wasted the past couple of months. But then again, like to your point, ESPN and Fox loved it. They had something to talk about every day.
It really got them through the off season. Now, just in time for football to come back. I felt like this was a plan. KD got his show, ESPN Plus, the boardroom. I think that's what it's called. Who knows? ESPN probably getting a little bonus. Just try to create some trade drama here, just so we can have something to talk about in the off season.
Let me see. I'm trying to see. First of all, I agree, but I'm trying to still
I've been
find
saying this. Why would the Nets trade him? If I was the Nets, I would never trade him. And look, now he's going to play ball. He was not going to sit out. I didn't have any doubt in my mind he was going to sit out.
Bruh, KD sitting out and not playing basketball is unheard of.
I'm saying he's the ultimate hooper. He is not sitting out. This is not Kyrie. This is not Ben Simmons. It's Kevin Durant.
Yeah, speaking of Ben Simmons, you see your boy in the cut. In the cut. And the only reason I'm really sad about this is I was hoping KD would get traded somewhere, hopefully not overpowered like the Warriors, because I'm not a KD fan like that. And then Ben Simmons got on my nerve with this whole situation. And I just didn't want them to realize that they actually could potentially have a really good team if he just gave the Nets another season. I was hoping like, yes, please leave. Act like the Nets are a disaster and leave. But now that he's staying, if Ben Simmons decides to play, Kyrie decides to play, that team can actually be really good. And I don't want them to be. I'm rooting against them. So I'm kind of sad about that.
I feel like they could be really good, but this is not a championship team. Not even close.
Oh, yeah, even I wouldn't pencil them in at all. I wouldn't pencil them in.
I seen a report that Nets will want to try Ben Simmons at center, which, if you've been hearing me years ago, I've been saying Ben Simmons' best position is center. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, he couldn't play that in the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I say why the best position is center is because why? He can't shoot. So going against centers.
He just doesn't. Why?
He can't, and he is more that he can't, and he doesn't as well. But the fact that he doesn't just makes defenses play like 20 feet away from him. So if you put him in the paint, that's going to nullify that advantage that defenses have over him, and the centers have to defend him, and he's way too athletic to be defended by an average center.
Yeah, way too fast, way too all of that. What's good, Tim? What's good, my boy Tim Sports Talk? Make sure I subscribe to my boy. But yeah, that I'm probably higher on them than you are, even though I wouldn't pencil them in to let alone make the championship, but even to win the championship, but maybe not even make it. But I think they're going to be a really deadly team.
I think they're going to be a good team. I don't want to say really good, but I think they're going to be about 6th, 5th place. As long as the guy to the left of Kevin Durant, as long as the guy to the left of Kevin Durant is still coaching, 5th or 6th. Someone else, top 3.
Yeah, Steve Nash is definitely holding them back. Them no adjustments, not developing the younger players. It's terrible. But that's why they keep trading and signing veterans. You got Mr. Australia himself. It's crazy that what's his name is a better Australian player than Ben Simmons. What's his name?
Joe Ingles?
The guy that,
nah, just playing.
Nah, buddy, that every time they do the Olympics, that man turns into Kobe.
Patty Mills.
What's his name?
Patty Mills.
Oh, yeah, Patty Mills. Thank you. Patty. They got Patty Mills and Seth Curry. That's unfair. They got 2 of the guys that whenever you randomly need a 30 or 40-point game in the playoffs, they just might be that random guy that gives it to you. They got both of them. That
Too bad that they'll probably give up 30 and 40 on the other end, though. So that's the trade-off.
Both of their teams' defense is atrocious. I mean, both of them players are atrocious at defense. They're glass cannons. They're basketball glass cannons. But hey, man, whenever you need a random, really good game out of somebody, those guys can give it to you. Because Steph Curry, huh?
I was going to say, we're talking about a championship team, though. I could give you a bold prediction right now. If every key player is healthy, for the majority of the season, I got the Clippers going to the NBA Finals.
That's actually not that bold because the problem is the health. Not fact that team
that's why I make sure everybody's healthy because I want to look foolish. All of a sudden, Kawhi doesn't play again.
That team is crazy when healthy.
Like, and they arguably got the best coach in the NBA in Ty Lue. Yep. The fact that this team made the playoffs without Paul George or Kawhi majority of the season just shows you how good this team is. So if they get Kawhi and Paul George back, that's a champ. I think that team is beating the Warriors. No team is beating them in a 7-game series. And Joseph, forgot to mention John Wall as well. Wow, you really just had that slide conveniently there, like this was planned before this.
Oh no, I just googled it real quick, and I was really happy that I found it. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie.
That is super convenient.
I googled it, and I was like, yes. In my head, I was like, yes, perfect.
But look at this depth of this team. Got John Wall, Norman Powell, Paul George, Kawhi. Bottom. Is that Nicholas Batum can start for some teams. He is their 4th string power forward.
Man could be the starting small forward for quite a bit of teams. Robert Covington is forgotten about. I remember him balling out for the Sixers for a little while. He kind of disappeared on the Houston, at least from my radar. I don't know if he balled out or was bad for the Rockets. I don't know. He kind of disappeared when he went there for me. Probably just because it was a bad team. And I just think him being a role player is unfair, especially Marcus Morris there. Is Marcus Morris okay? Has he recovered? Is he good from the Jokic hit?
No, that's his twin brother, Marquise.
That was Marquise. Man, I could never keep up with them. Never, ever, ever keep up with them guys. I don't know how y'all do. I respect it. G13 is the
and he still hasn't recovered, by the way.
He said Hartenstein is on the Knicks. Oh, is he really? How recently did he go there? Because this picture came out.
Yeah, but Hartenstein. Yeah, Hartenstein is not going to change my prediction. So
I'm gonna say, it don't affect nothing. They trash cohesiveness. Kyrie is a performer, not a competitor. Worst point guard defender in the league. They hate their coach, and Ben Simmons is a good enough help defender to play the 5. And it's good points, man. I'm rooting against them. I think I'm probably higher on them than y'all because I'm just afraid. Because I'm rooting.
Worst point guard defender in the league? I don't think so. No,
Curry literally gets hit.
There's a certain guy that plays in me and Rico City that can make a case for being a worse defender than Kyrie.
Trae Young. Trae Young and Curry literally get hidden in the corner. It's bad. I love Trae Young too, man, but it's bad. Kyrie. What you gonna say?
I'm about to say Kyrie. He plays good defense when he wants to.
Just about to say that he has it in him. He just doesn't do it. Trae Young is literally incapable.
He just does.
Small he is.
He doesn't have it in him. He can't possibly play defense. So
it ain't in him or on him, bro. He's just poor guy. But Kyrie's definitely up there. And again, like we're saying, it's mostly his fault because he can if he wanted to. He just doesn't. But yeah, that man. If John Wall can at least be 80% of what he was, that team is unfair.
Well, yeah, Simmons is a good enough help defender. Simmons is a better man defender than he is a help defender. But when I make the case when Simmons could play the 5 is where he could basically be a point guard on offense, but like a center on offense. He could be a 5 on offense, but like more like a wing on defense. And the fact that they got Kevin Durant. If you remember from the Golden State Warriors days, Kevin Durant was essentially playing the 5 on defense. He was the one guarding, defending the paint. So they could do the same thing as well. Kevin Durant could defend the paint. Simmons could defend the best on-ball perimeter defender, but he can just play the 5 in name. So it can at least be the 5 on offense. So you won't have to deal with his lack of shooting.
Yep. Even though, again, we see these clips every summer, except for this summer. This is the first summer we haven't seen Ben Simmons shooting step back threes in the off season.
that means it's going to be a good year. And I think he got his settlement money from the Sixers. So now I think he's definitely playing. So I really think that was just really what was holding him up. He was trying to prove he had a back injury just so he could get money.
I had that picture, that selfie inside the hospital looking stupid.
His lawyer said, take a picture of you in the hospital quick.
I'm hurt. I'm in pain. Hurry up, take the picture. I can't act any longer. Please take the picture. Hurry up. I hate a lot of stuff that man got going on too. But yeah, this team is crazy. I mean, Norman Powell and Luke Kennard just as your 2 guards, and Paul George and Kawhi Leonard can guard anybody. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then again, Robert Covington and Nicholas Batum, I just feel like it's unfair depth. There's a lot of teams that can use
Terrence Mann as well, very underrated player.
Yeah. That team, and then Reggie Jackson off the bench can give you 30 any night.
Yeah. And that's Reggie Jackson's best role, backup point guard. When he was a starting point guard, he's not a starting point guard in the NBA, but backup point guard, he'll be solid at that. John Wall, people forgot that I think he's still going to be good. His very brief stint actually playing for the Rockets, it seemed like he was decent. And he has a year and a half of rest. He's going to be good. He's going to be a solid point guard at least.
People underrate his vision in passing. I think he can work as a really good point guard. Yeah, I think he can, even if he's not as athletic as he used to be, he can still be a really good, really effective point guard because his vision is what they've been missing. Underrated. Yeah,
that's exactly what they've been missing since they got Kawhi and Paul George. They never really had a true point guard. I think this is the first time they really had a true point guard because Reggie Jackson's a scorer. This is the first time they really had a true starting caliber point guard.
A facilitator, a playmaker. That team. And I mean, that's the team I probably hated the most until the Nets were invented, like this current Nets team. But I don't hate them as much anymore, especially with Pat Bev gone. So, we'll see. I'm not necessarily rooting for those guys, but I also don't hate them anymore like I used to. So we'll see.
Joseph, Terrence Mann plays the 3 and the 4. He actually barely plays the 2. He plays the 3 and the 4, even though he's 6'5". They play him at the 4 sometimes. So 3 and the 4. He's just a forward.
You just have probably the most versatile roster in the NBA as far as positionless players. Even just Paul George and Kawhi Leonard alone, and then again Robert Covington and Nicholas Batum. That team is weird.
Yeah, Joseph, I said since they got Kawhi and Paul George. Of course, they had Chris Paul, but I'm saying since they got Kawhi and Paul George, they never had a true starting caliber point guard.
Yeah, definitely super differences in. Also, just to go ahead and announce it, my boy Torian Prince is out here doing bad. So apparently Minnesota Timberwolves small forward. Oh yeah, and then he's the one that when they asked him about the rebound, he was like, all right, so why didn't y'all get more rebounds? And he was like, well, when you go, matter of fact, let me go find the clip.
Oh no, that's Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder's Villarica. I always keep getting them confused.
Yeah, Jay Crowder gotta go, bro. I hate the fact that I hate the fact that Draymond Green said he was from Buckhead. He's from nowhere near Atlanta. I don't know why we're being bunched up with Jay Crowder. That man is from 2 hours away. Leave us alone. That man is he's closer literally to Alabama than he is Atlanta. Wait, Torian,
that close.
but it is Georgia though. College rebound interview. We gotta find that because that is a legendary interview. People forget this is him.
I remember this. I watched this live.
Oh, live? I definitely did
I
not watch it live. I saw the clip later and was just dying laughing, like, what's going on? But while I'm downloading the video, so apparently, Minnesota Timberwolves small forward Torian Prince has reportedly been arrested at Miami International Airport. According to the Miami Herald, Prince was arrested on a warrant out of Texas. That's where he's from Texas. The report from the Miami Herald failed to mention what the warrant was for, but an NBA reporter, Andy Slater, said that a warrant from Texas is regarding dangerous drugs, like Rich said in the comment section, and they're waiting for further details. So I don't know. Dangerous drugs, that's a weird wording.
So he was out here being a kingpin or something? Like, what is it?
I don't know what's going on. Whatever he had going on in Texas, maybe he just had too much time on his hands, but got to do better. Literally got to do better. The Timberwolves already got way worse in the Rudy Gobert trade, in my opinion. And then if you're suspended, that team is going to struggle. And you got to get out of there as soon as possible, bro. Go anywhere. Go to a big market team. Knicks. I prefer Atlanta, of course, but go anywhere outside of, because the Timberwolves ain't doing you right. Players out here acting up. GMs out here making bad trades, selling the whole team for Rudy Gobert.
I still feel like it wasn't a good trade, but I won't go say it's a bad trade without seeing them play yet. Because at the end of the day, they still got one of the top centers in the NBA. Even though I don't feel like it's a good fit, they still got one of the top centers in the NBA. So it's still wait and see.
It made me. I'm still. So all the players you had to give up. You had to give up my dogs, my boy Malik Beasley, and all of them. Man, I'm still sick, man. I'm still sick about that trade. I'm not gonna lie. But here's the Torian Prince video. I clicked it in the wrong area. Lord have mercy. Now it's about to pop up with something else. Wait, where we at?
Out-rebounded by
about to say, I thought it was going to be Kyle Lowry.
How's that happen?
No, I did not. Not this time.
How does Baylor get out-rebounded by Yale? How's that happen?
Are you directing that towards anyone?
Gentleman who just talked about getting out-rebounded. He had the stat sheet.
Torian?
You said how do they have more rebounds?
You said he got out-rebounded. I was surprised. You did. 36-32. How does Yale out-rebound Baylor?
You go up and grab the ball off the rim when it comes off, and then you grab it with two hands, and you come down with it, and that's considered a rebound. So they got more of those than we did.
Legendary answer.
That's what the interviewer gets though. Like, why he kept saying that? Like, how you get out rebounded by Yale?
Like, you can see he was already pissed off. Like, I don't even feel like going through this.
Just to explain what a rebound is so stupid. So Leonard gave him a wrong team with PG. He will never stay healthy and come up small if anyone else is there. Wall is still fast, but he's gonna need load management. His knees are bad. Yeah, we'll see. That team has a lot of potential if you take out health. But yeah, I mean, like Seyi said, health concerns is the reason that they're not championship favorites already by everybody, basically. That's the only thing holding them back. On paper, that team is ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel like Kawhi's going to come back and have an MVP year. He probably could even play this year, but this is Kawhi. It was like, let me just take my sabbatical. Let me come back when I feel like it. No one talks about me since I don't say anything. They'll just talk about Kyrie, and then I'll be back next season.
Yeah, he did go fly under the radar just because of his personality. That's actually really funny.
Yo, Kawhi will be the person when he retires, we'll forget he exists. We will forget this person was actually a human being.
Yeah, who was that really good guy that helped give the Raptors their championship? That was somebody. Did the Spurs
have another player that was as good as Tim Duncan on that team? I'm not talking about Tony Parker or Manu Ginobili. Who was that guy? I think he had outdated cornrows or something.
He got a steal while not looking at the ball. Like his hand was backwards and the ball just happened to go there like a magnet. That was somebody that did that. Somebody that would, and then the way he barely talks is just so random. But when he actually opens up, he seems like actually like real chill guy from LA. Like he's really cool. He's not as weird as he seems, but he just prefers for people to not know who he is, and I respect it.
Yeah, just out of sight, out of mind. After the basketball court, he's just out of sight, out of mind.
Don't exist. Do they hang
out
with
this man in the studio?
No, I did not see him in the studio.
I forgot. It was in some rapper's studio. I forgot who it was. Lil Baby, something like that. I don't know.
Like, dude,
I don't know. He was just hanging out in the studio.
Cooling. Like I said, he's had moments where you can kind of see like he's actually like more normal than people think. He's the regular black guy from LA.
I think he just likes this. Like, people just think I'm some robot, so I'm just gonna keep playing it off.
Yeah, just like Young Thug kind of like people thinking he was a whole bunch of other stuff. He was like, cool. Whatever y'all feel about me, please. That'll hopefully keep the police off of me.
That'll keep Rico off me.
Yeah, think I'm sweet. Please think I ain't doing nothing. Think I'm innocent, please. And then it ended up catching up with them. But yeah, same thing.
Like at the end of the day, you're still in Atlanta. Doesn't matter if you're sweet or not. You could be sweet and still be a drug kingpin here. This is Atlanta. We already know.
Well, I meant sweet as in like soft, like, well, I mean, I guess then that other part too with the dresses and stuff too. I didn't mean the dress side, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Who said I meant that too? Like, I meant soft as well. Who said I meant that? You put in words in my mouth, Rico. You put in words in my mouth.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's so crazy. my boy Donovan Mitchell is up for trade though. Reportedly, the Jazz want to get him traded before the training camp, which starts like late September for most teams and things like that. So, do you know where he may go? Do you have a guess on what could make sense?
Nothing can make sense given how much Danny Ainge is asking for. He's asking for all your picks so he can draft the top prospect in the 5th grade. That's what he's trying to get right now. And after that, he wants to draft the top prospect in the 4th grade and the 3rd grade because he wants your whole decade of picks. And you know what? The Knicks might just be the dysfunctional franchise to actually do that. So yeah. I feel like he's going to New York.
And it's crazy because Donovan Mitchell has this like strong New York attachment. And he's from New York, the state, but he's not from New York, the city. And I always thought that was weird, like, because Kemba Walker's literally from the Bronx and things like that. Kyrie Irving's from Jersey and Australia. He's attached to New York City like he's from
can you blame
Melo's from Baltimore.
This man spent like 5 years in Utah or something. I would want to go from Utah to New York City as well.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm talking from his side, obviously, but I'm just talking about like the way fans act like he's just this New York king, and even Melo, he's from Baltimore, Kyrie's from Jersey, and Donovan Mitchell's from somewhere past Yonkers, I think, like upstate. And they just like disregarded Kemba Walker. Like Kemba Walker's one of the very few that's actually from New York City.
He don't exist anymore. He's from the Bronx.
They're just completely disregarded. All these other guys is not from New York gets claimed.
He might as well be from New Mexico to them right now.
Might as well be from Staten Island at this Long Island. I mean, at this point.
Granted, how many New York has changed. I think it has to do with the gentrification. Yeah, what Rich said. Well, Melo technically was born in Brooklyn. It's just that he grew up in Baltimore.
Yeah, he's from Baltimore. I mean,
it's basically like me saying, like, if I was a star player, I need to come back home to Boston, even though I only lived there until I was 7. But Knicks, I mean, New York, there's not that many great New York players anymore. There's not many.
Which is crazy because the average street baller in New York is really nice. Like, they're really good. It's fundamentals. But I don't know why they just can't create basketball stars.
Are they though? Are they?
It seems like it.
In the 90s, they were.
I haven't been up there recently.
But even when we were in school. Yeah, but were they really New Yorkers, or were they just went to St. John's and played everywhere else?
I played against they may have been from somewhere else. Yeah, that's a good point.
From the DMV at Taffner. At the rec center.
St. John's was dominated by the DMV. The DMV did take over St. John's a lot, and a lot of their best hoopers were from the. That's a good point. Actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, exactly. All the gentrification is changed. Like, you don't got Rucker Park ain't the same anymore. I guess they got Dykeman, but Dykeman is not in that. It's not in a predominantly black area either. So I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. But Rucker Park in Harlem, that's not the same anymore. Just like all the people that that lived in those areas have to move somewhere else because of gentrification, new buildings, and everything. It's just like, I don't know. I think that has a lot to attribute to why New York doesn't have many good basketball players anymore. And a lot of them are coming from the South. The South got a lot of land.
Is Curtis Samuel from? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have. Is Curtis Samuel the best athlete currently from New York that's like on in a team right now, NFL or NBA? Like, who else is from New York City?
Well,
That's crazy.
Let's say best New York athletes. I'm going to just Google that right now. Currently,
like they have all of the, like Atlanta has no infrastructure. We're just straight raw athleticism potential. DMV is that perfect combination of raw athleticism potential and infrastructure that actually hones and coaches players. We have like a severe lack of, we're going to nurture this and we're going to provide y'all courts that y'all can practice on. We can give y'all free inside courts to practice on so y'all can like work on it as you're growing up. DMV has the perfect mix of all of the potential and athleticism, but also all of the infrastructure and opportunities. Y'all have inside gyms that are free and stuff like that. From what I hear, we don't have that type of stuff. And it's just like y'all have like that perfect mix of why y'all keep producing top-notch athletes, both basketball and football. New York has all of the infrastructure. I guess they just don't have the athleticism or I don't know what's going on with New York, because that's a shame. That city has too many people and too many opportunities for them not to be producing a star every year in every sport. There needs to be an NBA player drafted in the top 10 picks and an NFL player drafted in the first round from New York City every year. There's no excuse. Did you were you able to get a list up?
Well, it's weird because they just showed the best athletes that played for New York, not from New York. But now I'm on this site, but it says the one currently is this fencer called Monica Oxamit. Yeah, she's a saber fencer, an American Olympian. So that's currently the best athlete from New York. She's 22.
What's going on then? Like, what's really going on in New York for this to be that bad? Oh, Saquon Barkley. If he can stay healthy, he is from the Bronx, right? That's a great Bronx.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. He's like a mix of Bronx and a little bit of Pennsylvania. That's why he chose Penn State. But he's more so from New York than anything else. I would give him the New York.
Okay, well, Pennsylvania. Well, what's the best healthy athlete from New York? So
yeah, can we get a star that's actually contributing?
Like, another fencer. Zinga Prescott.
We gotta do better, bro. We got to do better.
Oh yeah, you know St. John's is actually one of the top fencing schools, by the way. So this ain't this ain't by mistake. New York just breed fencers.
What is going on? Oh, my fault. That man was in New York until the age of 8 or 9. No, younger than that.
Count.
No, matter of fact,
do not.
Yeah,
count.
That doesn't count. He was born in 19. I thought he stayed there longer than that. He was born in 1997. And moved to Pennsylvania in 2001. That man was 5 years old when he moved to Pennsylvania. So he doesn't even count.
We got a top current non-fencing athlete, and she's from our school, St. John's, Priscilla Frederick. She's a high jumper. She's a high jump specialist in track and field.
That's still great, but New York, we got to do better, bro. It's
not a major sport, of course, but I mean, it's not fencing. No disrespect to the fencers out there, but I mean, I wouldn't say that fencing doesn't require athleticism. I'm sure it does, and coordination, but y'all know what I mean.
There's no excuse, bro. If Atlanta had the facilities and the opportunities that New York had, then we would have #1 overall picks left and right all the time. We have just straight raw athletes. They're just terrible coaching staffs. I mean, we're always having those situations where kids are suffering heat strokes because our coaches don't know what they're doing and stuff like that. We have all of those type of problems left and right. We're just pure athleticism with no infrastructure. New York's infrastructure is way too elite for this to just be happening. Most of them are retired, though. They're like, what's going on recently for New York to not be producing great athletes? They have all of the opportunities. You don't even need a car. You don't need a car. You can walk. You can get on a bus. But more than likely, you don't even need to get on a bus. You can just walk out your house, walk for a few minutes, and there's a basketball court there. And I know football fields are kind of, few and far in between. But basketball-wise, at the very least, they are everywhere and free. There's no excuse, New York, bro. I'm gonna need better from y'all. I ain't gonna lie, because Atlanta wishes we had even half the facilities that y'all have in free courts, inside courts. I'm gonna keep emphasizing that. I don't think people understand how crazy inside courts are, like just especially free ones and close. Seyi got a couple of inside courts where he's at. We don't have any over here. The only one we got is the one that's like really terrible, like absolutely like Cleveland Ave, where Young Thug and Pee Wee Longway and all of them from. There's a reason we don't go there, because I've had a couple of friends that were robbed at gunpoint while playing, and I thank goodness I wasn't there. But we haven't gone back since. Ever since they told me that, we haven't gone back. We used to go ball there a lot though. Curtis. Wait, that's why I said Curtis Samuel. It's called Brady. It's off of Washington Road right before it hits Cleveland Ave. It's terrible. It's terrible. We used to go there all the time. But then again, the court was kind of uneven. You know, you've been to basketball courts where it's like not level.
Wait, was
like
it that indoor court? Was it an indoor court?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was there one time.
Yeah, bro, that court's ignorant. The area is really bad, and then like I said,
people got held at gunpoint there.
Yeah, robbed at gunpoint. Yeah, it's bad, bro. We haven't been back since. It didn't happen to me or any of like my
the
close...
gym. So there's like no one overseeing.
Yeah, they just pulled up and just robbed everybody in the gym and left.
So right in the middle of a pickup game, someone's just making a pass, and then all of a sudden, just turn around, someone just holds a gun to your face, and like,
why do you make it sound like Looney Tunes? You made it sound like Looney Tunes, like Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. Just gun already there when they turn around. But basically, yes. So we don't go back there anymore. We haven't. Again, it wasn't any of like my really close friends. It was friends I remember from like high school and stuff, and they happened to tell me one day, and it was crazy. But it wasn't anybody from like the Xbox party or none of us, like my really, really close friends. But ever since I found that out, we were like, oh yeah, we're not going back. The court was already uneven. I know you remember, like some parts were lower than others. It was as if Zion was just jumping around the gym everywhere. There were
I just remember that wasn't a good quality gym in general. I've only been there like once or twice, so I just remember that wasn't a good quality gym.
Bro, and that's the closest inside gym to me by far. That's like 10 minutes away. Anything else is 30 minutes plus. So that I'm just basically trying to prove the point that New York has no excuse, because they have all of these facilities and open, free inside gyms. That's the only inside gym I have access to within 30 plus minutes of me. That's free, especially. And then it's just that. So I can't even. It's just no excuse for New Yorkers, though. Like I said earlier, Curtis Samuel may be the best current athlete from New York City in the NFL or NBA, which is sad. It was Kemba Walker a couple of years ago, but then, you know, he kind of fell off. Rich said he was hooping today. Who got the new Madden? I actually have the new Madden. I actually purchased a Madden for the first time in years. I actually have like real Madden. But my 10-hour free trial went out. We were having so much fun.
So you purchased it?
I have Madden and Saints Row.
Wait, is there a new Saints Row game out?
Yeah, it just came out, and
really?
It's not the greatest,
2022,
but it's really fun. Yeah, 2020 just came out. Like
I think it said that with every Saints Row game.
Because that after 4, it got too wacky. Like, no, really, 4 started with 4, it was too wacky. People had superpowers, it was out of control. I didn't like it. But 2 and 3, 2 was my favorite. 3 was still really good, but it started to get really wacky. I mean, for reasons I can't even speak on stream. But 4 was just too far, and everything beyond that was trash. Now they kind of went back to like in between 2 and 3 as far as wackiness. And I like it a lot. I've only played it a little while, and from what I've seen, first of all, the customization, Saints Row customization has always had Grand Theft Auto beat. And as far as like wackiness is always going to be Grand Theft Auto. But it has a lot of glitches. Yep, Red Wing just says a lot of bugs. But I like Saints Row because of the bugs. Like, I'm in here for, I'm not trying to take anything seriously. That's why I play GTA, to take anything serious and for like a true story and all of that type of stuff. Saints Row, I'm here for glitches, wackiness, just things that are just like, what is going on, record worthy type of stuff. So that's why I've always preferred Saints Row, because I just like the stupidity. I even throw in cheats for the floating cars and angry pedestrians, all that type of stuff. So for me, it's great for me, but I don't think it's necessarily great for everybody. So I wouldn't recommend Saints Row to other people, but I love it. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I never really played Saints Row like that. I always watched other people play it. So, but I'm already seeing a lot of fan backlash from it.
Foolishness, bro. Yeah, Saints Row is GTL acid, basically. It's just a super wacky version.
This is an answer I found on Quora on why there's so few NBA players from New York now. And this person, Joe Russell from New York City on Quora says, quote, my take on it is not so much that NYC has lost its zeal for hoop, but rather that other places across the country, actually across the world, have greatly increased the number of high school kids playing really good, high-quality basketball. Those numbers in the NBA now were bound to happen. And cities like Philly, Baltimore, and DC always had great high school teams and hoop cultures too that rivaled the cities. The legendary Mafia teams from DC and Dunbar from Baltimore. There were postseason tournaments and contests between the teams from these different cities. I recall the long-awaited Power Memorial in the. Okay, so but basically, it's just saying that just because
everybody caught up.
Yeah, and I guess you could say that.
So basically, when New York was dominating, it was because everybody else had raw potential, especially outside of the Northeast, excluding DC, Philly, and all of that. Everywhere else, and not including LA, of course, too, because they have great infrastructure and facilities as well, just like New York and all of them. But like as far as like the South and the Midwest, it was always a lot of talent and potential. It just wasn't nurtured. And then now that those places are finally starting to get money, better coaching, better facilities, they're leaving New York behind. And New York was only dominating because they just had all of the facilities and nobody else had any. And now that people are starting to get more everywhere else, they're catching up because they've always had better talent. Is that basically what it basically? And like you said, DC, Baltimore, and Philly were always at their necks, and then now they just surpassed them finally. Is basically what I took from that.
And also, from what I'm reading here, is that the good prospects don't stay in New York anymore. They'll go play in New Jersey at the Patrick School, a prep schooling, at the Patrick School, a prep school in Connecticut, etc. So basically saying that they won't stay. The good prospects just don't stay in New York. They'll go play somewhere else at a prep school. And that's Kyrie. That was Kyrie Irving, actually. He played in New Jersey. He didn't play in New York.
Yeah.
He just went to New York to hoop outside, but he played for school. He played in New Jersey.
Yeah, but still, like, we're not even finding people that were born and raised in New York and then went somewhere else for high school. I'm trying to find somebody that at least spent middle school in New York City right now, and we just can't find it. I don't know what's going on. I mean, Kyrie Irving's a decent example, but what really is going on right now? Remember, all right, let me look it up because he grew up in West Orange, New Jersey. So yeah, he's always been from Australia and New Jersey, but like you said, he would go to New York to ball because they're right there. You can just catch a train or a bus and you're in New York. That's easy. It's kind of like the same thing with Gwinnett and kind of like, you know, even though Gwinnett people are not necessarily from Atlanta, they're always in Atlanta, just like New Jersey people. If you're from Newark, you're always in
Atlanta.
New York.
When you say Gwinnett, he's from Atlanta.
Their address says Gwinnett technically, and maybe they went to like a Gwinnett school, but they're always in Atlanta. It's not like, I don't know how the DMV works, but like a lot of the places y'all make fun of for not being DMV, they have their own stores, malls, and everything, so they don't really go to DC and stuff like that. That is different from Gwinnett. And like New Jersey, again, if you're from Newark, New Jersey, you're in New York all the time. Anytime there's an event, a parade, you're just catching a quick little bus. You're going through right over the Lincoln Tunnel. You're in New York all the time. So those are kind of parallel in that way, where even if you're born and raised New Jersey, you're in New York all the time growing up. I know a lot of people from New Jersey that were in New York and always at events, even though they lived in New Jersey. They would just find a place to crash if they had to, or they would just make the trip over that day. It's just one of them situations. But yeah, man, New York got to do better.
And also to add to this, if you notice, Hofstra and our school, St. John's, we were good basketball schools back in the day when there were good New York players. Now there's no good New York players, well, barely. And look at St. John's and Hofstra. I haven't heard Hofstra since like the early 2000s and 90s. And we all know St. John's is trash in basketball now. So there's a correlation Monte to Ellis?
I mean, not my Meta World Peace. Last great player, Meta World Peace.
No, it's Kemba Walker. It's just when he was good. He's just not good anymore.
Wait, no, Kemba Walker went to St. John's?
Oh, you're talking about St. John's. I thought I'm talking about
I'm
New
talking
York.
about St. John's specifically.
No, last great player is Mo Harkless. Let's put respect on his name. And Monte Ellis came from high school.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I meant Metta World Peace when I said Monte Ellis. That's my fault.
Okay, if you want the last great star caliber player, Metta World Peace, yes.
I bet. That's not good though. That's really bad. St. John's, we gotta do better. Gotta do better. Our alma mater has to do better. Gotta do way better. But yeah, man, New York period has to do better. That's ridiculous. Curtis Samuel is like probably one of the best athletes currently in the NBA and NFL out of New York City right now, like born and raised, or at least raised, like mostly from New York. Saquon Barkley was born in New York, but he left to go to Pennsylvania at the age of 5. He's not from New York. He's from Pennsylvania. And it's crazy because Pennsylvania has a lot of ridiculous athletes. If you ever actually looked at a list of athletes that come from Pennsylvania, it's actually really ridiculous. Aaron Donald,
it's random.
Saquon
like,
Barkley,
where do they play at?
I have no idea. But Brandon Marshall, bro, it's like ridiculous. All the people, LaShawn McCoy, it's really bad. And we're not even just talking Philly. We're just talking about Pennsylvania outside of Philly. It's really ridiculous. Best athlete in New York is MJF. Wait, who's MJF?
Is that from New Jersey?
He said New
MJF.
York.
Oh, MJF, the wrestler. Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Wow, they actually count him in it. No, he's great. He's great. He's like 24 and already like a main event caliber talent. But I didn't know they were counting wrestlers in it.
But still,
Joseph made that comment. But like, yeah,
Joseph.
I guess technically he's the best. He's from Long Island, but even though I love wrestling, let's not count wrestling into this. Like just the sports players. Wrestling is a sport. Oh my! I'm a wrestler.
I'm specifically looking at NFL and NBA. What is going on NFL and NBA wise with New York right now? What is really going on? Like
I'm reading this Bleacher Report article right now to see like why. I feel like it has to do with the gentrification.
Why? And yeah, gentrification has to be a leading candidate. But also to your point, like you read in that article, places that have always had more talent for years, for decades have had more talent. Now they're starting to finally get the facilities and the courts and the gyms and the coaching to actually nurture that talent and actually turn it into something meaningful. So it's like other places are catching up.
And there's also just more avenues in general to discover good players. So when New York already had all those New York always had all those resources, it was easy for a good player, even if they're not from like the best area, to like just meet someone and then all of a sudden get connected in those basketball circles. Nowadays, it's like you just got social media. You can find a good player from Alabama, and then all of a sudden they can get connected.
The middle of Mississippi, just the middle of nowhere. As long as you got an internet connection and you can hoop, somebody going to at least try.
Giannis, even though he's not American, perfect example of that.
Yep.
They discovered Giannis, second division in Greece, saw this man's body and just looked at all that potential. And he got drafted basically off little game film. And look at him now.
Very little. And that's a good point. You got to add in Europe and all of those other places that are also, pouring in talent. Europe, if it was Europe versus New York City right now, it would be a sweep. It'd be a straight sweep.
Yeah, it's crazy how. Yeah, I'm saying it's crazy how much Europe has, I won't say improved. Well, yeah, it has improved in terms of just the talent they bring in, because
consistently.
Yes, because Nowitzki was unquestioned as the best European player of all time. And we had other good European players too, like Pau Gasol, Arvydas Sabonis. But now, currently, Tony Parker. But now, currently, you got Nikola Jokic, who, if he keeps going, could be counted as better than Dirk and as the best European player of all time. You got Luka Doncic, when he retires, could be counted on, could be over Dirk as one of the best European players of all time. You got Victor Wembanyama that's coming in next season. You have all this European talent now. Like,
hopefully Porzingis for Wizards fans. Wizards fans are hoping Porzingis is in that list.
Even if Porzingis being an average starter, that's still
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than what New York's
really
doing.
good. Exactly. So I'm saying like they just keep turning in good talent. Like even Atlanta Hawks, Bogdanovich, solid starters.
Yes, sir.
They consistently keep turning in good talent year by year now. It's not like you'll have Dirk Nowitzki one year, then Nicolas Tedesfili the next year, who you overdrafted and turns out it's not that good, or Darko Milicic. It's the European players now, like they are better than ever in the NBA. So I think all of that also has to factor in why New York just ain't the same.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like 20 years ago, if you said Europe was putting out better talent into the NBA than New York City, it would have been shocking. Like, when? And then now it's not even close. If people from Europe had to go against people from New York, it would be a 80-30 sweep every game.
The best players. We won't have to do Europe. The best players from the country of let's pick a country. France.
Latvia. We just do France. Yo, yeah, France.
No, even Latvia. Davies Bertans and Kristaps Porzingis. Who's the best players from New York? Hamidou Diallo, Kemba Walker. Come on. Like,
Lance Stevenson.
Latvia. Lance Stevenson as well. If you just take two players, 2-on-2 game, two best players from Latvia, Davies Bertans and Kristaps Porzingis, against the two best current players from New York. I'm picking Latvia. And I say New York, so I'm not counting Kyrie. I'm picking Latvia.
We're talking about New York City. Yeah, it's not fair, bro. That's terrible. That's so sad. But we'll see. I mean, I'm about to be in New York, so I'm about to see what they looking like. I'll report back to base when I come back to let you know how the hooping is looking like. But yeah, man, that's the end of the stream. I need to go work. Like I said, I need to work on so much content. Oh, what you gonna say? Oh yeah, let's talk about that first. Let me actually go pull up a picture of him too before we go, because I just need to go ahead. I need to churn out a whole bunch of videos because while I'm gone in New York, I want to like have videos releasing as if I'm still home. I don't want my channel to die. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go get my boy Chet Holmgren because I like Chet Holmgren, and this makes me really sad. Hold on. Well, first of all,
Rip Pro-Am, by the way. Rip Pro-Am, because
that killed it, bro.
It's just gonna be called the Am because the pros ain't gonna be in it. So it's just gonna be called the Am from now on.
No more LeBron, no more nothing, bro. It's over with. No more recent draft picks, nothing. Then nobody's gonna risk it anymore after this. And I feel sorry for like the Jamal Crawford League, the crossover league, and all of that type of stuff. All of those people that run those leagues. Because now it's about to die. I just really don't see them still going with it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and look up the clip of what happened and let you take over.
Just first of all, but why would they let them play in a court in a bad condition? If the court was slippery, why are you letting NBA players play on that? You got to give them the best possible court. Because the number one thing is for if you're a host like one of these tournaments is make sure they do not get hurt. Because if they get hurt, that's just going to be a media storm coming at you. And I don't know if Pro-Am will be able to recover from that. And then, second of all, for Chet Holmgren, this is just for me. Why are you guarding LeBron in the Pro-Am? Why? Of all the people you could be guarding, you could have been guarding me and Rico. Why are you guarding LeBron?
Especially on a drive, like him driving to the paint. One of the strongest
just let
players
him get the dunk. Let him get the dunk. What are you trying to prove in a Pro-Am game? Why are you doing all that?
I don't understand. And it's funny too because you know the floors were known as slippery, and it happens to be Seattle where it like rains the most. Even though that has nothing to do with the inside gym, I just thought it was ironic that they were dealing with. I remember like the game ended early because of moist conditions or something like that on the court. I remember seeing that notification because I was watching it and then I left to go. I think it was Tut's birthday. So I left to go to Tut's birthday, and it was like the beginning when LeBron and Jason Tatum first got out there. And then I got a notification that they ended the game early due to wet conditions on the court or something like that. And again, I just think it's funny because Seattle is known for its rain, even though it has nothing to do with the court. But maybe it does. Maybe the humidity or something. I don't know. But this
probably,
does.
I think that probably does have something to do with it sometimes.
And yeah, first of all, I don't know. I don't remember when Liz Frank injuries took guys out for the entire season. Is it because he's really tall and skinny? Or is it just because they're like, we might as well just shut him down for the year? and hopefully get a good. But then the Thunder,
I
think
it's the former. I think it's the former. It's because he's really tall and skinny. Although I'm not a doctor, so I can't really tell you.
The Thunder without Chet Holmgren are still too good to tank. Like that, so
are they really?
That's what
the Thunder
doing.
without Chet Holmgren are just the Thunder of last season. So that's a top 3 pick.
Nah, but they were really hurt though. They like Shai Gilgeous, all of them guys were shut down. I think at best they would be like 5th overall pick odds, and I just don't think that would be worth tanking, honestly. But I mean, if they want to, they could try it. I don't know if this draft is deep.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is injury prone. Even though he's a good player, he's always injury prone. But then again, I'm not sure if it's injury prone or to just sit him down for some games so they can lose. But they might just say, hey, we already lost Chet Holmgren for the season. Why not have a Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama front court next season? So they might try to tank again.
Boy, you're gonna have to do some crazy work to outpace the Spurs and some of these other teams out there.
If you look at their team without Chet Holmgren, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is good, but if he's your best player and your second best player is just an average starter, you're not going to win any games. And Giddey is good, but is he ready yet to win games for a team? Not sure yet. That front court, Jeremiah Robinson Earl and who else? Darius Baisley, that's not winning any games. This team might be one of the worst teams in the NBA again. I think with Chet Holmgren, they would have been much better, but without him, nah.
But Rockets and Spurs, like I don't think they have a real chance of getting that number 1 overall pick. I just can't see them being
lottery.
Being that bad.
They don't technically have to be the worst team. They could be one of the worst teams.
They could be the Cavs. They could have the Cavs look with them first overall pick. The Cavs have the best first overall pick look of all time.
And the lottery odds change where the worst teams have less of a percentage of getting the number 1 pick now.
Yeah.
To stop the obvious tanking. Yeah. So they don't have to be the absolute worst team, but yeah, it's very sad because I was looking forward to seeing Chet Holmgren this season. I was taking the weight aside and saying, like, this guy could be a problem in the NBA. I was expecting him to play the 4, but yeah. Just let him get the dunk. Why are you stopping him from getting the dunk? Just let him get the fast break. This ain't a competitive game. I wish I was seeing this. I was going to yell at my team. Why are you even if I didn't know it was an injury, I was like, what are you doing? Let him get the dunk.
Yeah, I just don't understand why he cared that much. But, I mean, to your point again, we're sad for Chet Holmgren, but I'm really sad for the Pro-Am more than anything else. Just the whole spirit of Pro-Am games, even if it's Seattle, LA, anywhere. Just I think it's going to be really hard to convince guys like Jason Tatum and LeBron that were also out there.
It's not about convincing them. It's their owners are not going to let them play. That's
Like,
the owners are not letting them. They're probably going to add that into the contracts now. They're not playing in these games.
No more Pro-Am games for you at all. Yeah, that's sad. That's really sad. I really like the Pro-Am games. Even though if I never watched them live, I love looking at the highlights, and I just love the spirit of basketball. I wish football had some even sort of equivalent to this, to where you can see random guys on the same team together throughout the offseason, like Tom Brady throwing to Justin Jefferson for things like that. So I just love that part of the Pro-Am.
The backyard football league. Team. That could have been a thing, like the backyard football league.
Even if it's just flag football or 7-on-7, something like that.
Yeah,
and I really hate to see the NBA lose this. I hate to see the NBA lose this part of their culture.
And this just shows the passion for players. Even a person like LeBron, like you're not playing for money. I don't think you're making a single cent off this. Probably off the Nike sponsorship, or probably off the sponsorship money or whatever. But that's
just like a 2K storyline DC thing that you got to get. Go play the Pro-Am game versus LeBron and block a shot. Maybe he got 100 extra BC if he blocked LeBron's shot or something.
But then he got the injury storyline now. Now he got to simulate the rest of the season.
Done. you click. You go to a black screen. Click next. It's 2023. That's so sad. I mean, again, I just didn't know that list break injuries took people out for a year. Like, that's crazy.
I just know when you're a big man, you get a foot injury. That is just never a good sign.
Yeah.
When I saw he got a foot injury, it's like, oh no, this remind me of Joel Embiid. Joel
Anything
Embiid
but
had foot injuries to his rookie year, and he didn't play to like what, second or not even his probably second, third year in the
really
league.
his third year, really.
Yeah. So it just reminded me of that same thing. So when I saw the foot injuries, torn ligament in his foot, I was just like, oh no, he might be out for the season. When you're a 7-footer,
imagine watching this live as the GM, like you see that contact, like you
Sam Presti was sick. Sam Presti was sick. I could imagine.
You have a feeling in your gut that he's hurt even before you
just
see
like
the
punching,
like you see
punching
LeBron running at him. Yeah, oh yeah, super upset.
He's just like, don't like Chet, don't defend, like Chet,
wait,
don't
right now,
don't
Chet,
no. It's like, wait, he's limp. Oh no.
Throws laptop, rips up shirt that he currently has on. It flips table. Yeah, that's just why? Why did you care that much? I don't know why he even tried that hard to block that. Just let him score some pro-am game.
I just hope it don't affect his career. Because 7-footers and foot injuries, that's always recurring.
And it's not going to help that Victor Wembanyama. It doesn't help that we're going to see Victor Wembanyama basically at the same time that we get our first chance to see Chet Holmgren. We're going to see them at the same time.
7-foot unicorns, yeah.
And then he's going to be overshadowed. How was
really the only time we got to see Chet Holmgren in an NBA atmosphere? I'm mad. I was looking forward.
Yeah, but my point is that when we finally see Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama is already going to be in the league, so he's going to get overshadowed dramatically. Like, we're not going to forget about Chet, but everybody's going to be focused on Victor. We're going to be like, what's Victor doing? How does he look? Chet Holmgren's not even going to have this amazing
honestly,
debut.
I'm hoping that they get on the same team. OKC happens to get the number one pick. That front court will be crazy.
I'm rooting for that actually.
How do you score in the paint in that front court? How do you score in the paint?
It's impossible because both of those guys
body both of them, but they cover so much space and length.
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter if you body them.
Space jam reach, and they both of those guys block 3-pointers too. That's the funny thing. That's the thing both of them have that I feel like is underrated.
And run the break.
3-pointers. Yep,
and then they dribble and run the break.
It's unfair. That is just super unfair. Bro.
I'm hoping that happens. OKC would be such a cheat team.
I'm rooting for it. I'm absolutely rooting for that. but yeah, man. Oh, what you about to say?
I was about to say a sleeper for OKC though. Been watching the summer league for him. Jalen Williams. By the way, there's 2 Jalen Williams. I think we already covered that. But the dark-skinned, shorter Jalen Williams is who I'm talking about. He's a sleeper. I think, especially with Chet Holmgren gone, he might get even more minutes. Complete different position, but I think he's going to be the one on the left. That Jalen Williams, yeah. I think he's going to be a good player in the NBA.
Let me pull it up. So he's been hooping in the summer league.
He's been hooping, yeah. He's been hooping. I think this guy might be a steal. It's like almost similar to that Donovan Mitchell in a way. When I saw Donovan Mitchell ball out in the summer league. And the thing is, Donovan Mitchell his stats wasn't really standing out like that, but it's just the way he was able to create his shot, even if he wasn't making them. It's just that he had the confidence to get his own shot and create his own shot. He looked like a bucket getter. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, this guy's going to be a steal. I'm seeing the same thing with Jalen Williams. Probably not in terms of the shot creating aspect, but his versatility. I mean, he's a shot creator too, but his versatility, his ability to play defense, his athleticism, I think he's a steal. He's looking like a steal right now. And OKC, yeah, if they get Wembanyama, man, this team is crazy.
Yeah, I'm rooting for that. I want to see that. I want to see a great young dynasty. I would absolutely love to see something like that, especially with the Bills, 2 7-foot-plus guys, and then like you said, Jalen Williams and if Shai Gilgeous can stay healthy and all that they're building. And shouts out to Sam Presti. If he can do it again, let him do it again. Just let him do it again. I think that would be really fun to see. But yeah, before we go, anything else you want to say?
I'm just saying I'm your fantasy guru. So like whenever y'all join the league, y'all just gonna get schooled by me because I'm gonna run the league as usual,
Hate him.
Just light work for me. Light work.
So make sure y'all are on the lookout. I'll put the link in the chat one more time before we go. Make sure you join the league. I'm saving a spot open for my boy, what's his name, Mr. Jones. So we have 4 more slots open. So if y'all want to join the league, so far we got 12 people, and we're gonna figure out when we draft. Just make sure y'all stay tuned and make sure y'all look at y'all emails, because like I said, I'm super busy and I leave for New York next Friday. So like I'm gonna have to just randomly be like, all right, we're gonna draft today at this time, and if you just can't make it, I'm sorry. You just won't be able to make it. Even if you're in the league, if you can't make it's gonna be really difficult to reschedule because I got so many videos to work on and things like that. So I just hopefully if you're joining this league, you're flexible, because it may be like, all right, tomorrow we're drafting at like 6 p.m. or something like that. So just be on the lookout. And then, yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that pulled up. Your reigning defending champion says otherwise.
Man, that I'm saying that league didn't really count because half of y'all weren't even serious. Like we gotta get serious.
I gave
people.
Up.
Once you get serious, you'll get the fantasy guru, and the fantasy guru won't let you win the league.
Yeah, I gave up after the releasing of the great players and allowing them to go to other teams. People out here getting first round picks for free in the waiver wire. But yeah, man, make sure y'all look. That's the link. So Joseph, make sure you pull up if you wanted to join. Again, I hope y'all are flexible, because once I'm able to pick a time and really sit down, I'm gonna try to accommodate people, but we're just gonna have to start the draft and just get going. Because again, like right now, I'm about to work on some more videos because I need to go ahead and make like 3 videos a day and then have one to the side to release while I'm gone in New York and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. We will not be streaming next Friday, like I already said. So we will catch y'all, I think September 16th. That'll be when I'll be available. And I think Jalen said he'll be back then as well. So man, I appreciate y'all pulling up. We will catch y'all September 16th, Friday show wise. Anything you want to say before we go, Seyi, other than being a fantasy guru?
I mean, I'm just trying to say, like, I'm your guru, but that's all I gotta say. Y'all just already know. Y'all already know.
All right, man. We'll definitely see, man.